Beauties on a budget. Silly. Hey girl. Welcome. Happy Halloween. How you feel? What you doing? I'm sad, right? Me too. That's why I said let's do string, y'all. Let's do string, y'all. Cause when I say I'm bored, I'm tired. That's exactly why I said let's do stream yard instead of the regular live. Oh, check girl, I know, right? I know. And the kids still got so much energy, like so much energy. Like go sit down. Okay. Go sit down. Okay, with a girl. He hooked you up with a tool. I know that's right. When I tell you my kids looking like, please don't look at my bag. And I'm looking like, really? 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 Then I felt like it was getting a little bit crazy out there. So we had to come on. Come on in, come on in. And let the night crawlers have it. X, welcome. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. He always hook you up with something. I know, right? They used to always hook me up with something too. Okay, so I love Reese's, right? I love Reese's even if it was not Halloween, but I love Reese's. I used to did not like Reese's as a kid, y'all, which is so crazy because Reese's has became my favorite candy now. So I'm wondering, is that like because my old lady taste bugs are kicking in or whatever? Because just like the last couple of years, maybe 3, 4 years, I've been liking Reese's. Sneakers used to be my favorite, but now I'm very much into Reese's. Hey, welcome. You ain't gotta hustle about like they be wanting to share sometimes, you know. Sometimes they want to share because when my babies were little, they always wanted to share. Oh my god. And they got so much anyway, like you can't eat all of it. They can't eat all that candy. Come on now. What's y'all favorite candy? Please drop down in the comments. What is everybody's favorite candy? Like I said, mine is Reese. As a kid though, it was the Snicker bar. I loved that. As I got older and I'm more matured, taste bug, it became a Reese. Milky Way, I used to like Milky Ways and Kit Kats. Okay, I like both of them. Both of them winners, winners. Okay, I even like. What about? Do y'all like Almond Joy? I don't think I liked that as a kid either. If I had to give away candy, right? Like this, what I would do with my parents. I would sit there and I would choose for them. Like, please don't touch my candy. Please don't dig your hand in my bag. I would just simply pick out the candy that I wanted them to have, which was like almond joy. I would get both of my parents all the almond joy, right? Butterscotch, right? I like butterscotch right now, right? Oh my gosh. I remember my grandma used to keep all of them good peppermints, butterscotch pepper. Then she used to keep all of them in her purse. So maybe I'll be doing that for the kids. I know exactly what you mean. The little strawberry, yes, girl, yes, 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 yes. I love the strawberry little can and the ones the yellow little hard candies too. Winners, winners. I love all the little old lady candies. I just call it strawberry hard candy or the yellow hard candy. I don't really know the name of it, but I do know exactly what y'all talking about. Hmm. And the cinnamon, I love them. Oh my gosh, them was so good. Melt in your mouth. Really? They be having stuff too. Oh my gosh. Oh, I like that. The funny stuff. Oh yes. Mm-hmm. Last stream, cool, right? Listen, I felt very, very tired tonight, so I'm like, what we gonna do? We might as well do live stream because I be forgetting sometime when I'm tired, like tonight. I can still get on live. I just don't have to get on in the camera, but I can still do it. So I said, why not try StreamYard tonight? Why not try? Listen, it's been a long, long Halloween. Uh, but I still want to talk to y'all. I really still want to talk. I didn't, you know what? Really, I didn't like neither one of them. I really don't like Twizzle either. I know absolutely just said she likes them, and that's probably one of her favorites. But yes, the old one, it's so old to me. Like that's my mama's favorite, and it has been since I was a kid. Oh, not witches, Lord, evil candy. Oh Lord, you'll be up in the okay, girl, come on up. Listen, if y'all want to come up here and talk about it, y'all come up here and talk about it. Y'all ain't just gotta type about it. I be sleepy. I'm not sleepy. Actually, I'm wide awake. I just don't feel like I see it being on camera. But I'm actually not sleepy at all. I'm tired, but I'm not sleepy. And my hair got all kind of wet and rained on and windy and all kind of stuff. So I really didn't want to kind of fix that up either. So there we go. Re- they got different kinds too, like a green flavor, like green apple, and I even think they got an orange flavor in those too. Oh, yeah. No, I do be sleepy. I do be sleepy. Shoot, when stranger come out, I am. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I'm ready to go. But not tonight. I'm wired up. Okay, but I'm not sleepy. I will say I'm tired. Okay, it's been an extremely long day, but not sleepy at all. Really? What flavor? I, you know what? I'm like you. I did not. That's got to be a Virgo thing because I wasn't into like the black jelly beans or anything like that. I didn't like. I'm like, what is that? It don't even taste good to me. I like the orange flavor, red, maybe yellow, But those three is always the top sweetest flavors. They got some candy right now, right? Then I'm into it's a new flavor. Have y'all heard of these? Anyway, I found them in my Family Dollar. It's a Jolly Rancher um like gummy. And when I tell you I bought it, it's $1.25. Y'all ain't even that much. They got a larger pack too for like $2.75. But anyway, you get the small pack, which is plenty good. A Jolly Rancher candy. For $1.25. It's so good. I don't even like fruity candy and it's really good. Y'all should try. Look, I'll take a picture of it tomorrow and put it on the page for y'all to see exactly what it but it's super good. You think so? Every flavor good. I don't know. Some people just go just for that one. I love the green apple. Watermelon, okay. Gummy, anything I eat it right. It's real good. Real good. The only thing I be trying to save my little teeth. I don't be trying to be toothless, so I can't get it every time I really want it. But child, it's real good. And this a Jolly Rancher gummy. Okay, this a Jolly Rancher gummy. I say they clowning. Not only do they got a giant, so they got like the Jolly Rancher gummy in a flavor like the sugar cane, but then they got one in a sour patch. So Jolly Rancher sour patch, real good. Both are real good. Y'all should try $1.25. Don't even cost you a lot to try, y'all. I promise you, y'all gonna like it. And then you might even be able to find it on sale tomorrow. They might got the Jolly Rancher little flavor candy on sale tomorrow at Family Dollar, Target, Walgreens, Walmart. So everybody gonna have candy on sale tomorrow because the holiday over tomorrow. Oh, somebody knocking at the door. Oh. Hey, X, welcome.
Hello, it's me, his wife. He told me to get on here. Can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. How you feel? Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Good. Finished handing out candy.
Okay. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fun. It was pretty cool.
I
Gave
liked
out
it
candy,
too. I
and
love
then his mother-in-law had bought like a big old bag of chips, and all the kids wanted those. So
really.
went
I be
well.
telling him, I be like, I like her. So I'm glad, and it's so good to finally meet you.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Halloween
what do
went
you get?
on for a long time tonight.
Oh, really?
I think so because there's so many people still outside right now. Like, I
Yeah.
think you should be trying to hurry up and do it as soon as the kids get out of school. Right now
Hmm.
people still out trick or treating.
Yeah. Some are because I
Yes.
know at my son at his school they have like a whole week off. They don't go back to school till next Tuesday.
Really? Oh, that
Hmm.
is good. You like
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he's staying busy, going to Halloween parties here and there.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
What's your favorite kind of candy?
ooh, I have a lot. Probably Snickers and Almond Joys.
Almond Joy. I love Almond Joy.
Yeah, Almond Joys are
I
good.
used to did it as a kid, but as I got older, I think it's the old late taste buds coming in right now because I like things like Almond Joy.
Yeah. I know I've had
Do
enough
you like
candy. But
sweet tea?
sweet tea, you know what? I do. I
Yes.
used to drink it all the time, but I haven't had it in so long because of all that sugar.
Yes. Oh my gosh, right.
Yeah.
I cut you off. What were you saying earlier?
Um, I don't remember. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Yes, because I tell my daughter all the time she loves sweet tea. I tell her she knows it's a lot of sugar, but I
Yeah.
always try to tease her and tell her it's an old lady drink.
That's funny.
Cause my mom that's my mom's favorite.
Is it? My grandma used to make that, and I didn't realize like how much sugar was in there until I saw her make
Mm-hmm.
it one time. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, right. It takes a lot of sugar to make that tea.
Yeah.
A whole lot. Yeah. I
I've just
remember the
been,
first time I saw it be made. I was like, wow, too.
yeah, I just drink unsweet tea if I drink anything now.
Mm-hmm.
I just mainly drink water, really.
Mm-hmm. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try it
Sure.
because it's probably not you, it's probably me. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna drop.
Hey, pumpkin pie, what you doing, Mama? Hi, kitty. You want a kitty churro? Hold on. Excuse me.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. I'm back. Swaggy, is it still echoing?
What's going on?
No, he said it was an echo, but it was coming from you. But it probably wasn't you. It probably was my mic. When
Oh,
somebody come up extra, it will do that. So I know it probably wants you.
it might have been because I heard myself kind of like in the beginning, like when I was talking on here, that kind of heard myself on the phone.
Oh, you did. Okay,
Yeah,
let's see if
it was mine.
okay, it's gone. It's gone.
I wonder if it's
Okay.
because I had my phone close by,
Oh, okay.
but I
I see you
moved it.
said okay. The food pantry had to hook up today. Okay, what did they have at the food pantry? They excited to see you or hear you. They excited. Okay,
Is
the okay, okay, okay.
oh yeah, so it was my
What
phone.
do you have a most memorable memory about Halloween?
Ooh.
Your favorite Halloween?
Hmm. My besides getting married on Halloween.
Happy anniversary! I remember you
Thank
said
you.
that, but
Yeah.
oh my
Um,
gosh! Oh, tell us about it. Tell us about it. Happy
oh, it was.
anniversary!
Thank you. Well, it was kind of simple and quick. We kind of just did it. It was just us. Two of my friends out that live out in California flew out here to be witnesses.
That is
And
nice.
yeah, so I just
That's
like found an efficient
nice.
who just to marry us real quick. And then we went to dinner later that evening. But then 2 years later, we
Yes,
had a ceremony out in California.
nice.
Yeah, it was
So
fun.
did you dress up for it in the 2 year? Did you dress up that day?
On Halloween, you would know we were going to. We even went to one of the big Halloween stores out here in St. Louis to dress up as like Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. But by that, like the next day when we were gonna, meet up with our efficient, we didn't have time to fully get ready, so we didn't get to dress up like that. I was bummed. But it was so cool though.
Right, because I'm thinking like when you have a wedding on Halloween, you might wear your black. a wedding
Yeah.
dress. You know what I'm saying? To keep it
Yeah.
on theme, and it's
Yeah, that would have been
nice.
really cool. Yeah, I wanted to do something like that for our ceremony, but I didn't. I just kind of did something a little bit nicer and so, but
Yes.
yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, but other than that, I would say probably like back in high school, like I used to have Halloween parties at my house and
What?
we'd have like pie
Okay.
eating contests. And then, like, of course, we were older, so like me and my friends could drive. So I would have like a scavenger hunt, going to like restaurants and
Nice.
just stores and looking for stuff. So that was a lot of fun.
Nice. Right. Okay. That is nice. So why you say happy anniversary?
Thank you guys.
That is
Thank you. Thank you.
big. Like y'all get this is y'all anniversary.
Yep.
And you got candy for it. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you here. That I mean, thank you. I mean, cause you spending your anniversary with us, girl. Okay.
Right.
I mean,
He's in the
that is
shower.
not.
He's
You know
getting,
what? You kind of sound like Val.
huh?
Val. Val is my pal. Y'all kind
Oh,
of
okay.
sound similar.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no,
I
he got
love
home
Val.
late.
I love
Do
Val.
you? He got home late from work though, so
Yes,
we
I
didn't
like
really
Val
do
a
anything.
lot. Yes.
Well, what was your favorite memory from Halloween?
I would so I had it might was some terrible things. Like I remember I had just probably got my car. I
Mm-hmm.
want that. Oh, I probably was like 18, but I was telling a story when me and my best friend, still my best friend to this day,
Mm-hmm.
we was basically in a car. And this when loose cigarettes first came out. You know how they sell loose cigarettes now.
Yeah.
Well, we had kind of asked, so we went up to the person. We asked the man, "Can we get a loose cigarette or whatever?" 'Cause she was smoking, so we like basically, "Can we get a loose cigarette?" And basically we didn't want no cigarettes, even though she smoked. We weren't really trying to get cigarettes. We just really wanted to hit them with an egg. So we wound up trying to hit them with an egg. But I was laughing so hard that when I drove off, I was trying to put the car in drive because I think I had it in park because, like I said, I'm just learning really how to drive. And I think I had the car in neutral,
Oh my gosh,
trying to get away. Like
that's
so,
funny.
it was so funny to me that, like I said, I had the car in the wrong gear,
Oh my gosh, that's
and
funny.
I think the
Um,
cigarette man probably hit us back with an egg because,
that's
like I
funny.
said, instead of me being able to drive off, I was laughing so hard that I think he got a chance to whack my back.
That's funny.
So,
Uh,
yeah, it was
hey,
silly memory.
putting on costumes and going trick or treating are still good memories, though. From Swaggy, that's what he said.
Yes,
That's still good.
yes, okay,
I'm an adult and I'd still go trick or treating. I love trick or treating.
right.
I
I
used to.
love trick or treat. Go ahead, go ahead. I
No,
feel
go.
like a big kid. That's all I was trying to say.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
me too. No, because we used to go when we lived back in California. I would take my son when he was younger. We would go trick or treating at Disneyland. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
Right. I
Mhm.
never been trick or treating at Disneyland. Tell us about it. How was
Oh my gosh.
it?
Ew, it's fun. Oh
I
my
didn't
god, we
know
had
they
so
did
much
trick or
candy.
treating at Disneyland.
Yeah, it's expensive now though.
I bet.
You yeah, before you could just buy a ticket and you can go into the park a little bit earlier because I think it starts like at 6 and they usually kick everybody out.
Okay.
But they have a bunch of different trick or treat stations set up throughout the park and you can still ride rides, but you just go to all the stations and they give you tons of candy.
Mm,
And they have like I think they have like a dance
really?
party in another section, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Dress up and everything.
That sound, that sound like fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I miss it.
Right, right. I love when we had those memories. Like I want to do that again. I promise you, I have so many memories. Like I do that again. I do that again. We went to a haunted house this year. It was a free little haunted house. We got a chance to do it twice. I have been trying to take my kids to this haunted house for the longest and never could. And it was fun. It was real fun. I don't think they was really scared. I think they probably would have been scared if I could have did that years ago for them, but
Yeah,
I just really wanted to do it, and I liked it.
that's cool. I haven't been to one.
I think you could. So you better go ask the neighbor for their kid. You better listen. It's so many parents that don't want to go out trick or treating. You just go borrow a kid. Like, listen, do you want to go? No, you don't want to go. Let me borrow your kid. Like, I
That's
saw so
funny.
many kids that didn't. They was just sitting on the porch and they didn't do no trick or treating. So
Aw,
yeah.
that's sad.
No.
You do,
Okay.
you do rent a kid to go trick or treating.
Right. I think that's why people be loving being grandparents because they be still wanting to do stuff like that. And they
Yeah.
could just say, hey, borrow the grandkid. These kids are bad now that I understand. They might be out of control.
Yeah, some are.
Some are. That's why I said it was time to come in. The kids did not want to come in, but their bags was already full. Not only that, I started seeing big crowds. I said it's
Yeah.
time because teenagers starting to come out, and when the teenagers come out, and they don't have nobody with them,
Yep.
and they in groups. It's just time for us to go before whatever about to go on out here that I don't want to be involved in. Go on.
Yeah. It's true. That is
And I
true.
love teenage. I have my own teenage, but I brought mine in. I brought mine in. Uh, yeah,
Uh,
I think the world is too crazy right now for the kids to kind of be out unsupervised. Like I said, I was 18 doing silly stuff. So imagine the kids now that they not really doing silly things. Like I said, we hit a person with an egg. They doing way more extreme stuff
oh
now,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I have
So
my son was telling me about how they do, I guess, like senior wars for like homecoming out here,
uh-huh.
and they do stuff to
Right,
other
right, right.
seniors' houses. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. Like what so when even when you just said mentioned singing words, I'm like, okay, what is that?
They just go to other seniors' houses and like either toilet paper, some of them are throwing dead skunks on the
Yeah.
roof.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow.
I was like,
Right.
that's too
So
much.
what would the parent do if they catch, all the kids surrounding their house trying to toilet paper it, tissue it, and well, like,
I don't know what they would do. I mean, because my son told me like nobody had gotten caught yet, but so I don't
right.
know. I don't know. I said, well, when you become a senior, nobody better mess with our house.
Okay.
I was like, because you know
My
what?
son is
If
not participating.
right, I was like, I'll go with you to go get their house back. No.
Okay, we going together with our mads. I know that's right. I
Yes,
know that's
yes.
right. Listen, leave my
Yep.
house alone, or we come to get your mamas.
Yep. Yeah. Dead
I
skunks.
like
I didn't.
it. I,
That's crazy. I was like, you're kidding. He's like, nope. I'm like, how do they find a dead skunk? Like, how do you know where a dead skunk is to go get it and put it in front of somebody's
mm,
door or put it up on their
and put
roof?
it on somebody else.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what? These kids are
Mm,
wild.
wow, that I know that thing. Thinking, ooh, child. Could you imagine? You like, what is that smell for days? You don't know what it is. And you looking all through the house. You clean everything. You deep clean everything. You lifting under dresses, under beds. What
Exactly.
is that smell? And you can't find. Oh my
Yep.
god,
It's crazy.
that alone would drive me nuts.
Hmm. Yeah.
Cause I'm
Especially
still
that
looking for
smell.
something I can't find. I know. And as it linger, it's getting worse and worse.
Yep. Man.
Yeah, that one. I don't think that'll sound good at all. How long do he have? This is junior year or sophomore?
He's a sophomore this year.
Okay, okay. Well, he
Yeah.
got a little time. He got a little time. Cause listen, we could
Yeah.
plan all out if y'all want to go that far. Listen,
Right? I
we
told him,
gonna we
find
gonna
out.
have our stuff together.
Yeah, I was like, find out ahead of time where some of your coaches and coaches live. And he's like, oh, we already know. I was like, okay, cool.
Right, right, right. We gonna get up at 2, 3 in the morning, and we gonna get it.
Oh, X is back.
Wait, you still on there?
Yeah.
You were just supposed to say hello world, and that's it. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing? I like
All
to
is
talking to
well.
her. You know what she sound like? Val is your pal. Val is my
Oh,
pal.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
They sound similar. So
Very articulate
yes,
and
yes, I
well
love it. I
enunciated.
love it.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. I
But what's
see
going
it. I
on?
see it. Nothing. First of all, happy anniversary. Before I even say happy Halloween, happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Another one.
Welcome. And happy Halloween.
Did
I
you-
know that's right. Another one, another one. We need a bell
Right.
for that.
Right.
Sure. That's big.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 So what's up for tonight? Y'all trick or I mean, did you have anybody come through? I know y'all ain't trick or treating, but did you have anybody come through,
No,
knock on the door?
we went trick or treating.
Oh,
No,
good.
you know what? I took the kids trick or treating. It was so cold that, and they really didn't want. They wanted to go with their friends, so I kind of just let them do their own thing, and I just sat in the car and let them be out there, kind of by themselves. But I'm still there, so
Mm.
I let them do that. Only really the two younger ones wanted to trick or treat, so I let them kind of do that. And then when I saw the big crowd start to form of teenagers, I kind of said it's over. So we
Mm-hmm.
just came home kind of after that. But they had got so much candy in that hour. We only had kind of been out there maybe an hour. So they didn't need any more anyway.
They go mama regulating.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They did not like that part either. They was like,
Right.
man, it's boring. And I'm
Right. I said regulating, but I meant regulating.
right. Listen, that's my job to keep y'all safe, and I'm going to do that. So I'm not. I promise y'all, I'm not being mean. It's just time.
Yeah.
But the
I,
more they get, the more you can mooch off of it and don't tell them.
Mm.
man, they should. Well, the way they was trying to count their candy, they looked like they was counting it to make sure there was nobody. It looked like they pulled all of it out and was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like they counting it to make sure I don't get none.
That's crazy. Oh,
Yeah, hold on. She just stepped out. Who else on? Who all we got on? I don't have my glasses on. Who all we got?
Oh, Swaggy, Ab
What's going on, sir?
Silly. Yep, he said he'd be right back, but he
Okay.
here. Ab Silly here.
Hey, Abs.
Yep, 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 yep.
Okay. Well, all right. I just hopped up in the bed and didn't turn my swag on.
Hopped up in the bed, turn my
I turned my
phone on,
swag on.
get
Yep.
on mirror, say what's up.
I'm like, what?
You never heard this song?
I don't think so.
She's from California.
I know.
Okay. She gonna go look it up now.
That's
She gonna like look that thing. Go like, what y'all talking
Right.
about? Okay, go look it up. Go look it up.
Mm, that's Soldier Boy.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, I got this.
Like your shirt.
Thank you. And everybody's like, oh, I like all your
Oh,
Mickey Mouse Halloween decorations. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, she makes shirts and she got this shirt with a Mickey Mouse with a the like what you call it, Dracula Mickey Mouse.
like a Dracula skeleton. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the Mickey Mouse that came out this year at Disneyland on the sweatshirts.
Oh.
So
Beautiful.
just took it and drew it and put it on a T-shirt for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
What you eat?
Me,
Yep.
I ate some barbecue chicken. I think I had some it wasn't even mine because I was so busy today, but it was my daughter barbecue chicken. I think I had three of her barbecue chickens today. It was like a party wing style.
Okay. You got Outback
Yeah,
Steakhouse house out there? Outback.
that's what I had today.
You hear me?
I didn't hear you.
Do you have Outback Steakhouse restaurant out there?
Outback.
Outback.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, Outback. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah,
had.
I think we do. That's y'all okay. Y'all
Yeah.
was being real fancy for this anniversary.
Right.
Sure, okay.
Boy, and then she pulled out this bottle of wine. I've been so mad about this wine for the last few years. I'm like, why are we keeping this wine and not drinking it? It was from our when we got married, and she kept two bottles, and we just had it today. But the whole time, I'm like, please let me drink this wine. It's just sitting here.
I told him I
Nice.
wanted to save it
Love
for.
that.
I told him I wanted to save it for like a special occasion, and I kept forgetting about it. And this time I remembered
Right.
it. So.
I'm like, how would you
Right.
forget about it under the bed?
Okay. Because I don't think about it until after the special occasion. Then I'm like, oops.
Right.
Yeah, the next one. That yeah, I know how that could be. Because when it's out of sight, out of mind, you don't need to
Yep.
think about it
It
no
wasn't out of my sight because every time I looked under the bed, it was right
more.
there.
I can't get it off my mind.
Right. Right.
That's funny.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
What kind
We
of
got.
wine was it?
It was Stella Rose. It was like a sweet Moscato. It was
But you
just.
said it was
Okay,
the It was the
nice.
flavor though. Right? It was the.
It's. I think it's a sweet Moscato. Yeah. It's called Stella Rose.
She going to get it.
Okay. So at the steakhouse today, what did y'all have?
I didn't even look at her plate. I think. Oh, she had pasta with grilled chicken in it, but it was supposed to have shrimp. But it was supposed to have shrimp, but they didn't put the shrimp in it. But then mine was just uh pasta with scallops, and then what did she have? What else did we have with our dinner, babe?
You said
Oh.
what, babe?
What else did we have with our dinner?
Some like fried
Oh, I didn't like
mac
those.
and cheese balls,
Oh yeah,
and
the
then uh
the
like
shrimp, the blooming onions,
yeah,
shrimp,
bloomin' is like bloomin' shrimp.
blooming shrimp. I didn't like it. It was too salty.
Yeah.
But have you heard of a blooming onion where they like cut the onion out and they dip it in batter and then fry it and then it kind of.
Yes, yes,
But
and
they
you pull
did
it
so it was
like
that
a
same.
flower.
Yeah, so it was that same idea. Only they did it with shrimp. So that same type
Oh,
of batter, same type of seasoning. But I didn't like it. It was too salty to me.
wow.
Yeah.
The idea was good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So this
Yeah. It
wine
says
said
Okay.
semi-sweet Stella Rose.
Stella
Sound like y'all
Rose.
had a good time.
Yeah. And now we hanging out with.
You can't get that out here though.
We can't get that out here.
I got that from the
Oh,
winery
that's another reason
in
you have hung
California.
on to it. Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Huh. Okay.
It's delicious.
Yeah, you liked it.
Yes.
Good. All right. All right. What you gonna do, babe?
All right. I'm gonna take a shower. You can continue to talk to them.
Okay.
It was nice talking to you guys.
Talking to you. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. I'm off
Finally, I
to the
told you I
shower.
like her. I like her.
Me too.
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah. What
Okay. I
What's the
like
last
this.
What's the last good movie you watched? I'm talking to you.
I just watched Halloween. Now it's a me.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
I just watched Halloween. It's a Disney movie, but my daughter wanted to watch it. Halloween Town. So we watched one and two, like back to back. We supposed to watch three. Now it is like I said, Disney movie, but it was the last movie I watched, and it was pretty good.
Halloween what? What you call it?
Town,
Halloween Town. Huh.
Halloween Town.
Have you heard of Halloween Town, babe?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Huh. You said it was on Disney Plus. Can you hear me? Oh, cut out.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Halloween Town. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Can
hear
you
you
hear me?
now. Yeah, I can hear you now. You
Okay.
still there? Yeah.
Yep, Halloween Town. So I watched Halloween one and two, and they have a third one. So we gonna watch the third one. We gonna try to watch it before Halloween end, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, Halloween Town,
All right.
and it was pretty good. What about you?
Uh, so my question was the last. Well, I said the last movie. I haven't watched. Babe, what's the last movie you saw me watching that I actually paid attention to? Which one? What? That's the last movie I watched from start to finish. Damn. She said the last movie I watched to completion was a movie called Smile. It's a horror
Smile.
movie.
I don't know that one. Oh, I think you was saying something about it. How did you like it?
It was where I was at in my headspace at the time. It did something to me. It was disturbing. And
Oh,
normally stuff don't
really?
bother me for real. But I think it's just where I
Okay.
was mentally at the time. It was like it was disturbing. But then I revisited it, and I'm like, man, this movie wasn't that bad. But at the time, it was like, I don't know why it bothered me so much. We saw it at the
Well,
theater,
you
but she said, huh? You
you
said what?
said at the time. I understand how that can be. At the time, you probably go through a little something and it don't sit right.
Yeah, yeah. And that was at the theater. That was when it first came out. But she said
Hmm.
that was last. So it must have. So she's saying that that's the last movie that I watched from start to finish. Damn. But half the time, I can't even really find anything to hold my attention, like on TV. We have Netflix and Amazon Prime, and most of the time, I'm trying to find something to watch.
I had got BT Plus, and my friend had told me about this show. All the Queen's Men.
I've seen it, but I haven't. I mean, I've seen it like available to watch, but I haven't watched
You
it.
heard?
I think I've
You
been
should
trying to.
try that one. I mean, now I would say, you've been trying to do what?
No, I was gonna say what I've been doing more lately. I find myself looking for like older stuff from when I was growing up and like kind of revisiting that era.
Okay,
Like so,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's
I
kind of like I
do.
don't
I
know.
do.
Yeah,
Did
that's kind
I
of like.
remember
Go
going to
ahead.
yeah,
You remember what?
go ahead.
No, you gonna say
Going
you
to
remember
the
what? Go
show
ahead.
and seeing Drag Me to Hell, and I that
You said you saw Drag Me to Hell and that what?
was creepy.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to watch Nightmare on Elm Street again because that's one of the movies that bothered me when I was a
Okay,
kid.
which one?
The first one, for some reason, the first one got me. It's not. I'm not really a scary type, but that one, yeah,
Yes, I agree with you. I that was creepy too, especially as a kid. You see this person as you say he been burnt. He must want his
yeah,
face. Oh my gosh! And he's constantly telling me I'm not safe to sleep, so I'm not safe even in my dreams.
right,
Wow.
yeah,
And he's hitting these little nail things on the wall and everything. Oh man,
Right.
that was scary to me as a kid too.
Did you see the later ones that came out to like to kind of show his
Another one that I
background?
feel like was scary, it was Hellraiser.
Hellraiser. Oh yeah,
Do you know that one?
yeah. I know that's with Pinhead and yeah. Uh huh.
Do you know Hellraiser?
You said what? Your phone. I think your live is cutting out. You asking me did I know about Hellraiser?
Yeah, that was scary too. It's some later ones came out.
Yeah. On wait, is somebody else? Is Swaggy on?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing all that.
Mhm. I like all the Queen man. I haven't watched it in a long time though. Oh.
Okay,
You
is
ready to
it
get
better?
to it? Yeah. You back? What you doing, Cat?
Okay. So you
What
said
you
it
talking?
was some newer ones that came out. So you come up. Oh,
Yeah.
something is
I didn't really get to check it out, but I kind of knew the storyline. So some of the later Nightmare on Elm Streets, I think they get into how he became who he was, and
mm,
I think the plot was something like he ended up the neighborhood people got together and got rid of him because he was playing with kids.
mm,
He was messing with kids.
mm, right.
Yeah. What you doing, Cat? You want to say hi?
Right.
Yeah, she ain't me.
Oh, trick or treat. I
I'm
love
over here
that.
eating my bad, passing out a few candies, and having a trick or treater. Man. All right.
Right.
Yeah. I think our last trick or treater came through maybe an hour or so ago. I don't think we had
That's
much.
nice.
It's cold.
It is cold. It was really cold. It wasn't this morning, but after a while, that weather dropped real, real bad.
Hmm. Yeah.
It got super cold.
Yeah. Let me see.
It was a lot
But
of people out where I was. It usually don't be. I was surprised by that too.
oh, okay. So your neighborhood is it? What's the demographic like with kids? Is it like younger kids or like we got a lot of really young families? So a lot of kids on my street are like maybe no more than about 5.
Oh no, I think these are older, like I would say 9 to probably teenagers.
Hmm.
I don't see a lot of babies at all.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't see nobody pushing. I don't even see nobody pushing stroller with babies. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
see a lot of babies out there either.
Yeah.
No.
Let me
So
see.
I don't know if they still have babies or not.
Yeah. How old is your youngest?
11.
Okay. Yeah, my youngest is
Yeah.
15. He out with his friends now.
Nice, really.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, my son wanted to do that too. I had let him go out for a little while, but then, like I said, when the crowd started forming and everything, I'm like, it's time. It's
Hmm.
time. They do like a trend around here where they like to bust out car windows
Oh
on
boy.
Halloween. Yeah.
So do you have
So I'm
anything like do you have surveillance cameras, any cameras? At your place?
Yeah, it's a daily cameras. Yeah, and it's a every door almost got a ring camera too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
they act like it don't be nothing they could do about it on Halloween because it they be acting like it's too many kids to say which one did it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that the car be okay tonight because they like to do that every
Yeah.
Halloween.
You in a
That's why
house or you in
I'm
an
coming.
apartment type setup?
It's apartment, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's apartments on one side and then it's houses on the other side.
Mhm. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy how they can make it like that. But on one side of the street it's apartments and on the other side it's houses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my
Hmm.
neighborhood, my subdivision is maybe going on 10 years old. We moved here. I moved here when they were still in development, so this was a new construction. And my neighbors,
Nice.
my next door, the house next to me is probably had three owners in the time I lived here.
Wow. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Why
yeah.
would you say they started to get new owners?
I think because I'm speculating, but the best I can think of, this is one of those areas where it's nice, but I think that this would be a home that you maybe want to just raise your kids into a certain state and
Hmm.
then move. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm the
Right.
kind of place type to where I mean, my
I
oldest,
don't.
yeah, I just got one left, so
Right. We here.
it's toughing out. Yeah, yeah,
Right. I get it. I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with
But
that.
before this, I was in an apartment at the time with my oldest daughter, and then I moved out here. I was actually working. I was on the install.
Oh,
I'm a service tech for an alarm company, and I was out here, and the lady, I don't know if the neighbor is still here, but she had
uh-huh.
just moved in, and I installed an alarm, and I was like, "Huh, this area is nice," because they were still building houses. So I went to
Right.
the house on site where they sell the homes. I forget what you call that kind of place, but where the real estate agents are on site. Next thing I knew, I was
Mm-hmm.
signing papers, and that was
Nice.
2014. Yep,
That's good.
yep.
Beauty wants to move to California. I want to move, but I don't think to California. California have a lot of natural disasters that I'm not used to. Even though I always say I want to move, I don't think I can move to places where I know none about what far is disasters. And the kind of stuff y'all be having is not the kind of stuff we deal with in Illinois. We just don't we
Hmm.
don't deal with that kind of stuff like the way our structures are. Well, I ain't never really been no hurricane, no
Right.
earthquake, no. Like, the only thing we have is minor tornadoes. Y'all
Yeah.
stuff be tearing up stuff.
Wait, Swaggy is in California.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, that's
y'all
yeah. My
don't have a
wife is
lot of
from
natural disasters.
my wife is from Bakersfield.
Nice. Do you feel like she experienced a lot of natural disasters there?
Not that she's mentioned. Babe,
Right, because Squaky,
did you
you don't
have
have a
a lot of natural disasters out there in Bakersfield? Or no? Natural disasters, tornadoes and shit in California. In your lifetime, you experienced that? Uh, okay. So yeah, she was like, earthquake is the most she ever encountered, and out where she was in Bakersfield, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's like when they just had the Milton, like Texas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Even I think Georgia. I was like, wow,
yeah. I'm not
everything.
keen. I was gonna say I'm not really keen on going to California either. Every time I go, I'm like, all right, let's go. But
Right.
especially with regard to what you what was going on that day when we were supposed to be coming back, babe? Didn't we get stuck out there? Yeah, right.
A
So the
must. Like,
day,
see, I ain't
yeah,
never
right
experienced it.
around the time we was coming back from when I first. That's when I first got you, right? Yeah. So yeah, when we were moving her back here, when she moved, you know, um, around right when we were supposed to be headed back, they had a mudslide out there. And so the crazy thing is,
Wow.
I'm going out there to bring her back, and it's still in that transition where her parents don't
Hmm.
really know me, so they started like looking at it like when they look at it like, that's a bad sign.
Yeah.
You hear?
Right. I would. You can't take my kid. What? No, it's a must
Right,
slide right while you trying to take no. Leave her.
right. They
Leave
yeah,
her.
they saying I brought the mudslide. Right.
Right.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah. We have a few earthquakes far in between. And we have
You know,
wildfires. See what I'm saying? Much.
that scientist guy, I
Go
think his name is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a black guy. He kind of has like a fro, and you'll see him on videos. Just saying,
ahead.
making scientific things and saying things. They make got a lot of shorts on him. You know who I'm talking about?
But I
Huh?
don't think I do. But tell me
His
about
name
him.
is Neil deGrasse Tyson,
I can't
something
picture.
like that. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
he
I'll look
makes
it up.
he makes scientific predictions or whatever. So one of the things he said, and I'm paraphrasing, 'cause I can't remember the actual year. I think he said something around 2027 or something like that. Don't quote me, but somewhere around there. He said that it's supposed to be a meteor it was so close to our orbit to we'll be able to see it, but he said it won't hit,
Mm.
but it'll be really close. But then it's supposed to orbit or circle back around. I think he said like 6 or 7 years later, and it predicted it'll hit the coast of California and East Asia.
Ooh,
So yeah. Anyway, he was saying don't worry about it because they'll say something early enough for people to evacuate. But I thought that was kind of interesting.
that's what I'm saying. So even when you having these natural disasters, they say evacuate, but where are you going? If all your family is in that one city or state, it's nowhere to really go for you. And
See
then
what?
even if you do
Go ahead.
go,
And then what?
even if you do go, you coming back home to nothing, like to everything being destroyed.
Right. Yeah. See, Swaggy know who I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. It's called Apophis. He said or something like that. Yep, that's what it was. It was
Mhm.
Apophis.
Wow.
But anyway, we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah. That's gonna be in 2020. What now?
Again, don't quote me, but
2020.
I think it was
No,
somewhere around
I know.
2027, somewhere around there, 2027 or
Right.
2029 or something like that.
Mm. See,
Let
Lord.
me see. I'm gonna look on Chat GTP and see what it says. Do you use that Chat GTP?
I don't.
Hold on. When
They give you
is
all the latest information.
well, you can pretty. I use it a lot, especially with my job. You can ask pretty much anything you could think of. Um, it's an
Oh,
AI app,
nice.
so I'm getting ready to ask it.
Okay.
When is Apophis supposed to hit? Apophis, if I spell it right.
There's always somewhere to go when it's a life or death situation. Really swaggy. No, it's not for everybody. Everybody, first of all, a lot of people not even mobile. And you talking about moving these people because it's something natural disaster coming. Where how they gonna go? How? I know people right now that is not mobile. They can't even walk. So how you gonna get these people up to just move like that?
It says on April 13th, 1929, the asteroid Apophis will pass very close to Earth, closer than some satellites. This rare event will allow scientists, huh? It says this
I'm
rare
listening.
event
I'm
will
about.
allow scientists to observe Apophis in detail and study how Earth's gravity affects its path. While the while there was initial concern about a possible collision, updated calculations show that Apophis poses no impact or threat for at least the next 100 years. So, okay, that's what Chat GTP said.
Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about them California streets.
Mm-mm.
It's well, the topic we done been all over the place. We was first talking about Halloween, then again, but it's X and his wife
Okay, who on? It's all Val. Hey, what's going on, man? No,
but
I
we
was
was talking
talking to
about our
somebody that just
favorite
came
memories
on the
for
chat
Halloween.
on stage. There she is.
Okay, come up, come up. You know what? And I say I'm glad you're here because y'all sound similar. If she come back and y'all talk like y'all sound so similar,
Mm,
Val, don't have it. That's what I said. It's been a while since Street got okay. I said the same thing.
what else? Uh, who else on? I'm not mobile without finding the weather. Or Paris, we simple as that. Yep.
But not everybody gonna be able to do that. I'm glad that you can swipe, but not everybody. Not everybody gonna be able to do that in one of them kind of situations like that.
You better start walking now. Well, like I said, update. They said according. I mean, obviously you'll see when we see, but that thing I just read said it's 100 years from now. So by then,
All right. We won't have to
yeah,
worry about it.
no,
That's right. Right. That's fine. We won't have to worry about it. Maybe our grandkids, but
right,
we not definitely not us.
right. You're not a grandma yet, are you?
No, no, no,
Okay,
no. No, no, no.
me either.
But of course in the future we all gonna have to be that, right?
I don't know. It all depends.
You
Maybe
you think it's gonna be?
if your children want kids, and my daughters, I mean, my youngest daughter ain't that ain't even on her radar. I know my oldest ain't got
Right.
no
That's
attention
not
on
on
that.
my kid. They still kids. But I'm like, in the future, of course, I'm thinking that somebody gonna make some babies. You
Mm,
know, you don't.
mm, I mean, you like it's nice to think that, but you never know. I mean, the society is so different now, and
Yeah.
it's a shift to where I don't know if that's, and at least right now, I don't know if it's on the youngest radar. Maybe at some point, but I don't know. I just have a wait and see attitude. I don't really try to forecast
Right.
anything these days because if I
You gonna
do,
try to push.
then yeah, if I try to forecast, I'm guilty of projecting what I wanted. But
Right.
what if
Right.
you know? So
We can't think none these days. We really can't, child.
mm-mm,
The box they done
mm-mm.
put us in. My mom was just telling me like, y'all kids out of control. This what my mama said. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
Mama, none of them kids out there is my kids. Like, she like, yeah, but I'm just saying, the generation that's raising kids right now, y'all don't know what y'all doing. I said, once again, Mom, my kids are in this car.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She just kept on trying to put it on like we was terrible people. Like,
Right,
but I'm like, Mama, you just can't keep putting me in a category with the kids that's out there.
right. I
She didn't stop.
I maintain that the only difference between older people and the younger generation is younger generation is proof of what they doing because cell phones and stuff. That's the only difference. Because I mean,
Exactly.
to some degree, it's always been a culture of wild stuff and people going their way apart from what they parents. You know that is evident historically. It's been an element of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But when people get older, then we romanticize them and like not really thinking about well, you used to probably such and such and such too. It just you old now,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking that you a saint, but nope.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
yeah.
I just had to tell somebody that today. I saw a little girl. She was going through something. I asked her how old she was. She said she's 21. And when I say all the older women around there was like 60 plus years old, maybe 50 and 60. Okay. They was all criticizing this girl putting that in. I said, wait a minute, we all done been young. And we all
Mm-hmm.
been doing silly stuff. So don't y'all and they like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, how
Mm-hmm.
about y'all? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like that because it's always older people who could tell us to do this, do that, and said they would just criticize you and put you down, beat you down. And they forget that they been kids and they been young and they done did some silly things in their life too.
Mm-hmm.
People always forget how silly they used to be.
Right. And
Cause
even
we ain't
even with
silly no
yeah,
more.
even with music. I mean, obviously, stuff is different. I guess the music that we probably grew up with because it's more blatant and overtly kind of obnoxious
Hmm.
when it comes to vulgarity. But at the same
Yeah.
time, that's been throughout since time, since music began. Have you heard of a it's an old song. I want to say I can look this up too when it came out. It's an
Okay.
artist like a blues singer. Her name was Lucille Bogan. Have you heard this song? She got a song called Shave 'em Dry.
Shaving dry. Let me look it up.
Let me see when that song came out.
Okay.
Lucille Bogan, Shave 'em. And again, I'm using Chat GTP. Look, if you can look up the lyrics. Are you able to look up the lyrics of that song? So, Shave 'em Dry by Lucille Bogan, recorded in 1935, is one of the most explicit blues songs from the early 20th century, known for its bold, uninhibited lyrics. 1935. So this was more like the sexy red of her time. You see are you seeing the lyrics yet?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that song. I didn't never know who made it or what it was called, but I definitely know that song. Yes, yes.
So my
That
point
song
is
already.
that
It
so that
always
song is
been
almost 100 years old, right?
right.
But we don't think of old stuff like that just because, like I said, we tend to put old stuff like it's beyond what's going on now. So when back to when you were saying your mom and what she's saying, be like, nah, y'all was doing the same thing to some degree. That's
Right,
been my
right.
attitude. Yeah.
I think the only thing different between us and what the younger kids now is they're so vocal. I really like that actually, because a lot of times I felt like I couldn't speak up as a kid. So they're so vocal with the way they feel, with their
Yeah.
emotions, they trying to hide it. And I like that personally. Me, I
Me
love it.
too.
I know
Me
other
too.
people find it disrespectful, but I don't.
Right.
I let me know how you feel. Don't keep that
Yeah.
stuff inside you. It's not healthy. I love that for these younger kids that's
That's
speaking up
probably
and telling people
so
where to get on.
I have no choice that to attribute that to being a Virgo thing, because me and you on the same page, where everybody else around me, including my wife, would be like, "Nah, you shut up." Nah,
It
she just
gotta be
said.
Virgo. I
So
love that.
now she just said she likes that kids are more outspoken and willing to speak their mind.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and my wife just said, "Uh huh."
Yeah, no.
She said, "Yeah, nah."
Right. I get it, but I love that because if you ever got told to shut up, be quiet, you ain't supposed
Right,
to speak, kids just supposed to be looking and now kids like, listen, I'm gonna look, but I'm also gonna speak. If you stepped on my toe, you just have to keep your mouth closed. Kids ain't doing that. I love
right,
that.
right.
I
Yeah.
love that. You stepped on my toe, ouch, and yes, it do hurt.
You don't like that though, right, babe?
I like
You,
that.
she said she like it to an extent.
Extent.
To what extent? What's
Right,
the
right.
extent? What's the extent? Don't keep what? Don't keep going back and forth with me.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right, right. Let me be right. Let me. I get that. Let me be right. I ain't gonna constantly go back and forth with you. I heard your point. Now go sit down. I
Right.
get it. I get
But
that.
it take two to keep the conversation going though.
Right. That's why sometimes you got to just tell them. I heard your point. Now go sit down.
Right.
Like we not gonna constantly have a. This not about to be a dialogue.
Yeah. But then I notice sometimes kids can keep what I notice kids can keep going back and forth with you. If they
Yeah.
can keep going back and forth with you and you keep responding to them, and then a lot of times what I notice is they can badger certain people so much, like certain parents they can badger them to that so much to be like, all right, fine.
Like my son.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah.
Right.
But that's the trap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
but my parents were like that too. They really didn't mute me or have a filter on me. And I appreciate it because I think that's why I'm so
Yeah.
able to kind of communicate with other people. And even
Yeah.
especially when it help you when it comes to like de-escalating situations. I know how to talk to people. I know how to
Hmm.
listen and I know how to speak. So I tend to be in a position a lot of time to where I'm more like a peacemaker type. I could be,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Because I can listen
Yes.
to other sides other than just how I feel. So,
Yes.
yep,
That's how I felt today with the young girl. Like I feel like she would have listened, but nobody's gonna listen when everybody cursing at you, when everybody's attacking you. No, I'm not listening to you.
right,
When you come and speak to somebody on their level where you
yep,
could tell them I understand, they gonna be willing to listen to you.
yep,
They gonna be willing to receive what you have to say. Soon as you start
yep.
cursing, them ears shut off. They ain't about to reopen.
But the thing that's bad that I noticed to kind of even though you right, the mentality that a lot of times will kill that is that whole slogan where they say, "I'm not here to be my child's friend." That's
Mm,
so like backwards to me. I think
mm-hmm.
I mean to me for somebody to say I'm not my child's friend makes me question what do they identify or what's their definition of a friend. To me,
Right,
that's like they attribute a friend to somebody that's just gonna go along to get along and but I feel like I'm supposed to be my child's first friend, meaning I got you if we in the situation, but I'm gonna check you on the back end
mhm,
if you were wrong. You see what I'm saying?
right. Yes,
And I'm gonna me as a friend, I'm gonna tell you the truth, not just what you want to hear.
right.
So
So
I've
I got a
gotten.
question for
Go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
So you know how you just said about the child friend. So what if you is your child friend? So now you go out with your child friend and friends,
I would
right?
never. Yeah, go ahead. It's it's
You see what
it's
I'm
no.
saying?
Yeah, it's no. I mean, it's hard for me to get in hypothetics like that because I would never do that. I'm never gonna be in
Mhm.
my child's space with her friends because I'm at this point a 47-year-old man. I have nothing to do with
Right.
a 25 or 18 or 15-year old at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Right.
Now, if they come to me with something, you know what I'm saying, on the back end related to their situation, who they dealing with, then I can deal with that. But I'm not. Now, that's not that's overstepping my bounds. I don't mean a friend in that regard.
Right.
How do you view it?
I always say that I tell them that we can be friendly. That I do still think we're not friends, and I tell my daughter, but I'm very much friendly. Like I understand you. You come to me and communicate. You can tell me your problems first. You don't have to go out here and tell nobody else your problems before you come and express. And I'm always gonna let you be able to express your thoughts and feelings to me. It needs to be a safe place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we can't communicate our thoughts and feelings to our parents because it don't feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like
Yeah.
I need to be a safety net for all of my kids, not just one or two, but all of them to come and express their feelings safely. Well, I'm first of all, I have to listen and not be so judgmental. So I think as parents sometimes we so judgmental. Well, I would have did this, I would have did that, and sometimes we just don't listen. And then another thing is, I feel like they don't want my opinion every time that
Yeah.
I'm listening. You know
So
what I'm saying?
yeah. So I was reading the chat. Swaggy said, "I'm not my daughter's friend. I'm her dad."
Right.
Swaggy, what do you? How do you identify a friend to make the distinction to say that you're not your daughter's friend, you're her dad? Like, what's the distinction to you? What is a friend to where you wouldn't be your child's friend? You
Hmm.
say, as a man, I'm a father, a son, and a friend, a nephew, an uncle, etc. We all have our places and roles. True, definitely. Yeah, but that's the question that's been on the table for me since I've become a parent.
Mm.
Um, because what about the whole thing when you got children that don't really have quote unquote friends at all? So then
Hmm.
what?
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah, I have
saying?
like that don't have friends like that. They don't want them though. You know, either like it can be a bit much for them, like overstimulated sometimes. So I understand that too. The
Yeah.
reason why I say we're not friends is because I don't want you to think that we are the same. I'm not your peer. So that's why I say we can be friendly, because sometimes when I'm telling you get out my room, I mean exactly that, get out my room. If
It's
we
okay.
are peers, you might think I'm playing, or you don't have to go on out my room. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say we're friendly. I'm very much friendly. I like, first of all, I feel like I'm um goofy. I'm a kid at heart, so I don't want you to think because I'm goofy, because I'm a silly parent, that we still, we're the same, because we're not the same.
Hmm.
I don't feel like I could
So,
push around authority if I just remain a peer.
hmm. But didn't you
Yeah.
say earlier? I mean, it's kind of unrelated, but it's still kind of rooted in the same thing. Remember when you were talking about how um, when you talking to people and you have to speak to people on their level, right?
Yes.
So in the same regard, when it comes to friends, in order to, what's the whole purpose of being a friend? Because I'm still like, this is still something I'm struggling with. For
Mm,
what's meant by when you say a friend is a peer? A peer would denote
mhm.
on the same level as him, right?
Right.
All right. But in being on the same level with somebody in what regard? Like when it come to your kids, what, listening to the same music, having the same hobbies? Is that what a peer is, or is it more like, again? I'm thinking of it in terms of how we communicate, what we communicate about, how transparent you are with each other with that level of communication. How can I come to you
So
and feel safe being or saying what's really on my mind, and you understanding what's on my mind,
right.
and vice versa. To me, that's what a friend is. And then in the tough spots, if you're going through somebody that you can articulate the issue that you having, and that friend listening and being able to interpret because they understand you and being able to help you grow from whatever, or you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking in circles, but do you understand what I'm getting by a friend? That's what a friend does to me.
I would like to ask my daughter because she the older. I would want to know, do she feel like we friends? You know,
Well,
let me.
even with you, I mean, ask her. But I want to know because I'm looking like parent to parent on this term, yeah, peer
No,
to peer.
no,
Okay,
no. The reason why, like I said, I still think that we're friendly. I don't think that we are friends.
what's the
And
difference
like I
between
said, that's
friendly and
because
friends?
okay. So to me, even though you transparent and all that stuff, they're still not going to tell you everything or do everything around you or with you, right?
Nor
I
should
be
they.
seeing parents, no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Because I be seeing parents that will smoke with
I
kids.
get it. Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
but that's
So
not a
that's
friend to me.
their
I know
friend.
what you're talking about, but I don't identify that as a friend. So that's not what a
But
friend.
they do. But they
Yeah.
do.
Do you do so you equate friend to somebody that allow their child to do things that they shouldn't do in their presence?
Disrespect, be disrespectful, cursing, doing kind of stuff that you would do. That's something that you would do with a peer. That you might get a chance to get out of control in front of a peer. You might get a chance to be disrespectful with your peer. You see what I'm saying? Your
Got it.
son or daughter might be able to do stuff that they cannot do in front of you, but just because we're friendly, you see what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
will be disrespectful with a friend. Like they might cut somebody out, and that's okay in front of a peer. You see what I'm
So
saying?
and what I totally get what you're saying, but I feel like what you're identifying in those in what you're saying, I feel like we kind of devaluating by blurring the lines because you're using friend and peer interchangeably. So I'm saying, how do we make the distinction? Because to me, it's a clear distinction. Everything you identifying as things that like smoking around, that is stuff
Mhm.
peers would do. That's
Yeah.
not what a friend does to me in my world. Because if it's something that's wrong, and if you doing something that's wrong, or if I'm doing something that's wrong, or the unhealthy, I will want my friend to tell me. Now it's still up for me to do what I do, but at the same time, as my friend, I will want you to tell me if I'm doing something wrong, like, or hey, what's going on, or not just allow me to do whatever, because that's not a friend to me. That
Hmm.
is more of a peer. That is more
Right.
of associate. That's all of the things that why I don't have any friends, because I think the more I listen, those are the things that friends do. Friends go along to get along, and if I'm in the wrong for whatever reason, they won't correct me. Now, again, it's my responsibility to know, but at the same time, where is my check and balance if I'm stepping outside myself? Who will
Hmm.
correct me if so similarly, I want to be that correction to my child. That's what I'm supposed to do. If they step out of line, I should be able to be like, I love you, I got you.
Uh
But
oh, somebody knocking at the door. Oh, I like that.
Hello?
Happy
hey,
Halloween.
Yeah, I'm weird.
what's going
Welcome.
on?
Nothing, chilling, chilling.
Boy, what you think?
Nah, listen, I think he was speaking, but like I was gonna say, I hear what you're saying, Naku, like as
Yeah.
far as being, but I also hear what I also hear what Beauty's saying, and I think you mis construing her just a little bit when she says that she's not being her child's friend, but they could be friendly in a sense. So it's like friendly, like cause you like when she says being friendly, like you don't have to be that that authoritative boss like parent that what I'm saying, like children can only be seen, not heard. Not one of them type of parents that where basically you just shelter and you don't let your kid express themselves. You can do that, but at the same time, like you wouldn't want to be considered like your child's friend, you know. Like even with me and my dad, because my pops he's still living, like we don't consider ourselves friends still to this day. And I mean, like what I'm saying, I joke with him and stuff like that, but like I still wouldn't see him as my friend. Just like my daughter, it's not like I'd be like, hey, girl, man, just look at me as like one of your friends or whatnot. Because like kids always gonna act different amongst their peers than they are amongst their parents, unless their parents is
Mm.
like what I'm saying, like kind of like I don't know, like immature or in such a way to where basically they can allow their kids to be as comfortable as they are with their peers because like when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like there was certain things I would never do in front of my parents that what I'm saying? Like I have friends and I mean like we're not bad, of course, we still all living at least, but what I'm saying? But I mean like I was much more comfortable like doing things in front of them than of course that I
Yeah,
would never do in front of my parents.
yeah. And again, I'm hearing what you're saying, but that kind of reaffirms my stance because you like beauty, like my wife, like most adults that I've been around throughout my life. I've always had this contrasting view on what I identify as a friend, to where what I'm hearing you list, that's not to me what a friend does or what a friend is. So I'm guessing like what I guess what I'm thinking is what title, if you understand the attributes that I'm giving you, what would be a more fitting title to define what I'm calling a friend? Because it's clearly I'm kind of on the other side with my view. All of you all are the consensus is the view of a friend is more related to a person that will just you can do whatever in front of, and there's no correction, there's no whatever, just somebody that like a peer.
Not necessarily. I think we're on the same side. I think we're just traveling down two different freeways. but
Yeah, I'm I'm
because
looking for I'm looking for actual more appropriate term to identify what I'm sure that you understand that I'm trying to uh, come
because
up with.
I was gonna say you got friends that because think about yourself growing up. You had people you had peers that you didn't that you might have considered friends, but they really weren't your friends. And
Right.
then you did have friends. You know what I'm saying? That was like
Right.
on that other side of the fence that basically, what I'm saying, if you was doing something reckless, they would be like, "Hey man, I wouldn't do that if I was you," or
Right.
something like
Right.
that.
See, that's always throughout like my childhood or whatever, and even as an adult, I've been that person.
Right.
I've never
And
been.
so, go ahead,
So
go ahead, my
go.
bad.
I was gonna say, and it's not nothing. It is what it is. But I think that I've been more of a friend to people that I've been around more so than the reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
would be the one to give them like, hey, you sure you want to do that? Da, 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 da. Or they did it, and I'm in the front of whatever the situation is. Let's handle that. But on the back end, that was effed up or that was wrong. Don't. Why would you do that? That's to me what a friend is.
Right, and so that going back to what Beauty said as far as like being yeah, that I mean like a parent can be basically like friendly in the sense like in that
Mm.
sense like of course like the good friend or whatnot like the positive influence but as far as I mean like as far as peers still the only thing is it's like maybe if you want to look at it, if you want to view it in your mind, like this is how I'm going to be with my child or whatnot, like certain terminologies. If you want to, if in fact, if you want to acknowledge however you want to raise your kids, however you want to raise your kids. But I think if we're just us three talking and we're talking in terms of terminologies, I still say that you're still being a parent, even if you're quote unquote like if you want to just break it down in layman's terms, like even if you're cool with your kids like that. Because me and my daughter were cool. Like she's 16. She's not a bad kid at all. Like because
Hmm.
like she's special needs. She's autistic, so she acts a little different anyway.
Hmm.
And so it's like, so we give her free range or whatnot, but at the same time, when she was like younger, like she used to act up and be well, mainly around the mom, not around me, but around the mom, she used to act up, and it's like there was times when we had to like step in and be stern with her. But
Hmm.
now she's a little older. She's doing good in school. I don't know if she has too many friends or whatnot, given her condition or whatnot. But as far as like with like me and her, I mean, like you would think you would almost think that we was peers. Like everything that I'm saying is really contradicting what I'm talking about tonight. But
Hmm.
like but say like if she gets out of line, I mean she knows who her dad is. So it's like I kind of like what Beauty's saying it, like you could be friendly without saying friend. Now, just I mean, like if you want to use that term friend, I don't think nobody's disagreeing with you in that sense. I think we just clarifying the line, or this distinguishing the line between like just saying friendly and friend. I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, here I go with Chat GTP. Or do you use Chat GTP, Swaggy?
Nah, I never heard of it.
Yeah,
So
me
again,
either till tonight.
yeah, y'all should check it out. So I just asked, what's the difference between a friend and a peer that would cause a parent to have the attitude, "I'm not my child's friend"? It says the distinction between a friend and a peer versus a parent typically reflects different roles and boundaries in the parent-child relationship. When a parent says, "I'm not my child's friend," they often mean they prioritize being a supportive authority figure over being a companion or peer. And then it says, these are how the roles differ. One is boundaries and authority. It says parents have a responsibility to set boundaries, enforce rules, and guide their child's development. A friend or peer is generally on equal footing, offering companionship without the authority to enforce rules. A parent may feel that they are being a friend, which could undermine the clarity of these boundaries and lessen their ability to guide their child effectively. Does that kind of resonate with what you all are saying?
Yes, that does.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
It does. That's a good
So
thing.
so that's number one. The second thing, it says emotional support versus accountability. Parents provide emotional support like friends, but also hold their children accountable to help them develop self-discipline and responsibility. A friend might avoid difficult conversations or consequences to maintain harmony, whereas a parent prioritizes their child's growth, even if it means temporary conflict. Do you all agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. The third thing, it
Yeah.
says guidance and mentorship. Parents act as mentors, often making decisions in their child's best interest, even if it isn't what the child wants. Friends typically are more focused on companionship, often validating each other's desires without a sense of responsibility for the other's long-term well-being. Do you all agree with that? That makes sense?
Yeah, all that makes sense.
Okay. So it says, in essence,
Yep.
parents choose not to be their child's friend, it reflects a guided commitment to protect and sometimes at the cost of short-term approval. They aim to be supportive yet authoritative, which they believe will better serve their child's development in the long run.
Right. Because that is what you're looking at is the long run and basically the development.
Yeah.
Like friends, not saying that like I said, a friend because like let's also distinguish that there's a difference between a peer and a friend. A peer is like somebody like their age or whatnot, like the kids that they go to school with are their peers.
Mm,
But amongst their peers, they have friends. They pick they hand pick the few that they actually call their friends.
right.
Now you just hope that they choose good friends. I mean, like you got good friends, you got bad friends. But like with me,
Right.
I got one best friend that I'm still best friends with, and like me and him, we was cool. Then we did have one friend that what I'm saying he kind of went his own way,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't let him influence us like as much as he influenced himself or whatnot. But with his parents, you know what I'm saying. I remember one time we was all chilling, and his dad bought us. We was underage. His dad was like a roster, so he smoked weed. So he'd give us weed, and like he would go down to the store and get a Cisco at the time, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean like that was all bad. Not saying that uh a parent that tries to act as a quote unquote friend or whatnot just influences only in bad things. I mean,
Yeah.
like, because I had another friend where I mean, like, his dad would just talk down, like down to earth with us.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
was a little older. We was a little older then, and so
Yeah.
he'd just be like down, like you know what I'm saying, just talk to us like the real,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. And that's
But from his
kind of
sense of sense.
yeah, that's kind of more what I'm tapping into when I say you should be your child's friend, like kind of that
Right.
what you just said. And then look, I just asked ChatGPT again. I said, "Can you be your child's friend?" It says, "Yes, it's possible to be both a parent and a friend to your child, though it requires balancing warmth and authority. Healthy parent-child relationships often blend friendship and guidance in a way that supports open communication, mutual respect, and trust. Here are a few key factors to consider." It says number one, respect and trust. A friend-like relationship can foster trust, making children feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and challenges with their parents. This can be valuable for creating open lines of communication, which helps parents guide their children through difficult issues without judgment. How y'all feel about that?
I think
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
said that right. So
Right.
the key word that I heard was friend like. They didn't
Mhm.
say friend relationship. They said a friend like, and what I said was friendly.
Yeah. So
So they
friendly and
still,
free
they
night,
still
it's the
made
same thing for you. I see. I see it. I see it.
friend
Got
like.
you. Yeah.
Because we
Got
can't
it.
be friends. We can't. It won't work. But
But
we could
what
be
do
Right.
they do?
friendly. We could be
But
friend
I
like.
think
We can have
for
we can, and I said open communication without judgment, letting you be able to vent and express your feelings. So I agree with that. But we
so
can't be
so one
friends
more
because you
time.
don't respect me.
So one more time, so I can just lock it down. Make the distinction. Show me this distinction again between friend and friend like from your aspect. 'Cause that's where I'm. This is the last time. Make
Is
the
friend
go
is
show.
a peer, meaning we see each other on the same level. It's really no respect or boundaries because we don't have to respect each other or have boundaries. We gonna have friends be having the same kind of boundary, the same kind of respect. My child is not gonna do what they gonna do with their friend in front of me,
Right. Like put it this way,
and
like a
because no
parent.
child is an angel, because no child is an angel. Our kids is gonna do things that they wouldn't do in front of us because they know that we're not friends. Now, if we do have a friend relationship where they feel like they can do whatever they want in front of me, say whatever they want to say in front of me, we don't have boundary set because we friends.
No. Like for example, like if you got friends, those are birds of a feather, the birds of a feather flocking together. Whereas a parent, like I said, like as long as you and your kid is cool or whatnot, but if there ever comes a time where you need to ruffle those feathers, like the parent is gonna have to ruffle those feathers. Whereas a friend may not necessarily ruffle those feathers because they flocking together.
So the point I was making, it kind of chimes in what I was saying. Peers are the people that'll let you do stuff that you probably shouldn't do, right?
Not and not in every sense because like
Or
for
they won't
example like
correct, or they won't correct a friend based on your definition won't correct you when you're wrong.
right, they're not gonna put themselves in authority over you. Like for example, like if you and I go to the bar, right? Say like we go to the bar, like you're a grown man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like if you knock it back, I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to drive, you better slow it down, brother. That's what I could say, right? But I can't
Mhm.
stop you.
Okay.
Now say like if we was kids and say like for example like doing something and your dad walked up and was like, "Hey son, come over here." Like I don't want
Yeah.
you over there. Like dude, I can't tell you that, but he can tell you that.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. Now say like if we just hanging out and we just I don't know like trick or treating or something, and then your pops want to come over there and he want to sit and laugh and joke with us, then hey, that's cool too. You know what I'm
So
saying? I mean,
so
like,
so hypothetically,
bro.
me and you go hang out. I get shit faced.
Mm,
I say we came separate. I'm ready to go home. I'm getting ready to go. What you gonna do?
what am I gonna do? It and you, man, I would offer like, hey, man, you want me to drive you home, dude? Like, cause like, man, I don't think you should be driving like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hypothetically,
That's
I'm like, nah,
hypothetical.
I'm good. What then what?
If you like, nah, I'm good,
But
and
but you
like,
clearly see I'm
and
shit
then
faced.
I fit like I may physically like put my arm like, dude, like I'm not gonna fight or force the keys out your hand. Put that way.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? I would really just encourage like, dude, nah. But if you like snatch your shoulder away from me or
Okay. Yeah.
something,
Of
and then
course.
you
Of
get in the
course.
car and you drive
Yeah.
up like, dude, then what can I do?
I don't. Yeah. And to me, if we were friends, and I could say like I'm more. I know kind of like how I am when I'm more like a goofy kind of cool drunk. So I'm not a violent person.
But
So if I got to that point, yeah, you would. I would hope that you would take my keys. You know what I mean? I'm
right,
not gonna.
right,
I'm not gonna fight you and be like, get the fuck off me.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
And see, yeah, that's the thing. If I know that about you, that's the thing about being friends. Like if I know that about you, that I could do that, then I would likely do that.
Right.
Because
What
it'd be
about
the
you?
same thing with like it would be like even the same thing with like let's look at it like a family member like on the same line like a brother or like cousins or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean
Yeah.
all you could do is just really recommend and it's like if you can restrain somebody like because if you know somebody that doesn't play that
Yeah.
then it's
And
like
I'll be honest, because the only reason I'm having this conversation because, like I said, historically, this has been one of the topics that most times most adults around me that I've dealt with or talked to, I'm different, and I think it comes from a place where, again, I don't have a lot of friends because the more, especially like even hearing you say that, it's hard for me to. I don't know how can I articulate this.
mm,
Trust people. It's how
I want to be around people
safe.
as much where I know ultimately I'm an adult. I have I should know this and that. I want to know that if I fall off my rocker and I just
Wait, hold
ain't
on, hold
got
on,
my
hold on.
go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Hey, mom, you coming? Nah, I was supposed to call you back. Yeah, I called you back. Already, we talked already. Remember?
Hey, though.
No, remember I went to the in the Social Security office with Pop. When you called me, I was
You
like,
still there, Beauty?
"I'm looking for Pop." And
I
then I
think
text you from
she
the
can
Social
sleep.
Security office that I was
She
going to call
fell
you back
asleep.
when I got out.
I know. I've been chiming in.
Okay. No, what I was saying,
But I got
I'm
back
what
like,
I was saying, yeah, can you hear me
what?
okay?
Yes.
Yeah, so what I was saying was
had to have
I want to have I just want to feel like if I just lost it and I just for some reason was beside myself so much to where I wasn't making good decisions to be around somebody
Somebody
to
for you.
catch me
Yeah.
and to and I just don't think
Yeah,
that for the most part people would allow me to be wrong and I'm afraid of being wrong so much to where I don't really do much and I don't really feel like I'm missing anything, but it's just I'm so guarded to where I
Yes.
can't like had that knowing
Let
that
loose.
you understand.
I just really think that's a Virgo thing. I mean, I felt like I was guarded ever since a young child. I always say I should have made way more mistakes, than I allow myself to make. But I just didn't really do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the I can for the most part I've been the designated driver
Mm-hmm.
or
Me
the you know what I'm saying.
me too. I
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
I have. Which is everybody look like they have so much more fun than I am.
Right.
And then I realized I don't even like to go out like that. Like I don't want to go out there. I want to come home. Or I felt like family was more important to me. That family setting was more important to me than going out and seeing somebody else get drunk because I ain't doing it.
Yep.
Or being their driver because they having so much fun.
Yep.
yeah,
Because the thing
yeah,
about me,
my bad.
when I finally get to where I've noticed, like when I get the chance to kick it, my God, I kick it. I asked my
Right.
wife.
Like at our wedding.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like she just said, like at our wedding. I think she
Right.
thought my normal everyday routine. I'm kind of like I'm lame a little bit, but I just
Me
like being in that space where I'm cool
too.
being at home. But when I turn up, I turn the up.
Right. Right.
So
And I get that.
It used to be like that. I'd slow down. I slow down a lot from that.
yeah, so I
So
don't
do
know.
you still think that you and your kids are friends now?
Uh, I would say with my oldest, it's still kind of more along the lines of that, but
Hmm.
not so much with my youngest. And I would say with my stepson and I want to be that to him. I think that
Right.
I think he has more of a, would you say he got more of a peer relationship with you, babe? Honestly.
Probably.
Yeah. See, my stepson and my wife got more of a friend type relationship. Whereas with
Right.
me and him, it's more kind of what it's friend like. So
Right.
now, at least I have a placeholder to make that. What I was trying to make the distinction of friend like is a more fitting term for what I'm trying to identify.
I
But I,
think too. I think too.
See,
What you're saying too.
I like that.
Yeah, because I think too what Malcolm was saying is like basically it's different levels to different ages. Like your son is not that's obviously grown, and luckily he didn't turn out to be like a knucklehead or anything like that.
so that's my
Or
oldest daughter. She's 25 and she is grown. My
and,
youngest, my son, is 15. So
oh
he's
okay
yeah,
oh
yeah. But it's still
oh,
the
okay
same.
so
It's still the same what you're saying. But I was just making clarity. That's my
right
daughter, my
oh
oldest
okay
daughter.
oh my bad.
That's
Yeah,
good.
because because even with because I'm pretty sure once because like my daughter, she's not a knucklehead, like luckily, and so so for example so example like with her like when she gets a little older, you know what I'm saying? Like of course I'm not gonna be disciplining her or anything like that, or no nor would I be acting like with some kind of authority. I'll be a parent in the sense to where basically if she needs me. But I mean, like you could consider that either way. Like some people would just consider them just being a good dad or a good
Hmm.
parent, and then some people would consider them being like a friend. Like basically,
Yeah,
you can come to and talk to me like if you going through it or whatnot.
yeah.
I see
Right.
like my two little nieces, they're the same age, but Like they could
I,
they could be they could be they could be a little sassy. So I'm definitely an uncle to them.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
And
like
see
nah,
what
y'all ain't man, y'all. In fact, y'all not gonna get away with me. That y'all get away with your dad if I see it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm gonna
And
tell you like,
that's another thing that I've kind of like struggled with, like not just as far as dealing with other again adults or other parents. And I'm way more conservative when it comes to discipline. Meaning I'm not a disciplinarian type. Um, because what I'm trying to teach,
me,
I, I'm trying to teach people to be self disciplined. Because I don't
mm,
take discipline well.
right,
right.
So
right.
if I don't take discipline well, how can I teach discipline?
Well, because you're speaking from a
You
more
just
wide.
the topic we talking about right now is a friend versus a peer to a child. So do you feel like you can be a friend to your kid? That's what we talking about right now. Do you think that you can be a friend to your kid? Okay, y'all go ahead. Yeah, if you would like to come up, yep, that's the link. You come on up. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, who's that?
Yeah.
Black? Yeah. That was that's what's the name? That's damn, what was his name? The Scorpio dude. Isn't that his friend?
Oh yeah,
Bradley.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
yep,
Bradley's
yep, yep.
friend.
Come up and you give your opinion. Yep, you ain't got to type tonight, girl. Come on up to the panel and talk. Okay, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
But damn, I forgot what I was saying. But
No, you were
oh yeah,
responding.
yes,
You was
yes.
responding me to making the point of saying that if I don't take discipline well, how can I give it?
Right, and then yeah, that's when I was saying that. But you because it's like because like with discipline, what I mean like discipline comes in many forms. Like for example, I always say like with kids, like if parents don't want to discipline their then the kid, then the judge will.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
if the kid still goes down that path and they eventually and they say like and they eventually underlie themselves get themselves underlined, then God will like
right, right,
so,
right,
so I mean like so discipline was start with the parent even if you even if you don't see yourself as a disciplinarian, you have love for that kid, and
right,
discipline is love,
right.
right? Basically, you know what I'm saying. You really don't want to see him go down because you already see unruly kids. They like man, go sit in the DMV or something. And the kids is listening to whatever, and they cussing and it. I mean, like it looks bad. It
Yeah,
looks even worse with the parents sitting right there. And
yeah,
you can only imagine if you could follow that kid everywhere and watch them grow up. I mean, like it's not going to end well because they're not going to fit in society well.
right.
If they got away with that, they're going to even more so think they could get away with it in society. Your boss ain't going to take that. The
True.
judge ain't going to take that, and nobody going to take that. Man,
Oh,
your peers ain't going to take that neither. Like if you get around the wrong crowd, they ain't going. to So it's
yeah,
like that's why you'd be like, look, man, there's certain rules to certain things because
right.
there is certain rules in life, like that apply. Like basically, there's certain structure. You can't do certain
Right.
things on the
So
job. You can't say certain things.
that's the key word when it's structure. So for me, it's an element of structure in play. But when it comes to me with my the way I've done my children, discipline is few far and in between. I use it sparingly, only in times of like dire need for some type of immediate correction. But once
Right.
I got their attention, I'm stepping off the gas on that because I want them to think and make decisions that make sense for themselves. So, like I grew up. You ever grew up? I don't know if y'all grew up in church, but it remind me of like back in the day when they would, before they would read the church announcement, and they would say, "Govern yourselves accordingly." I don't know if y'all heard that, but that's
Right.
something that in the church I grew up in, they used to always say, "Govern yourselves accordingly." So to me, govern yourself. You see what I'm saying? Regulate yourself.
Right.
So
But if you also notice what you said, you also said that even in extreme dire circumstances, you would step in.
with the
So it's
discipline,
like,
yeah,
huh?
with the
So I
discipline,
mean, like when you said, what is discipline?
Like with the discipline is when I
Right,
was. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And then see, but see, you. I mean, like you just happen to have well behaved kids to where basically, I mean, like basically, like, hey, you could just be like, hey, son, don't do that, and then
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
basically like he'll stop, like he ain't gonna sash you and all this other stuff.
Right.
And so, and then it's like you don't have to do nothing else. Like, why would you do extras? Like, I don't,
Right.
I didn't do extras with even with my daughter. Like, basically, if I just said if she was acting up or whatnot, then like Cameron, slow down. And
Yeah.
that's all I had to. All I had to really say, like a lot of times, was just her name, like Cameron,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah.
mean, like straighten up real quick.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, yeah, you don't like I say, you don't have to go overboard. Now, when I was
Yeah.
growing up, my pops he was a disciplinarian. And, phew,
Right. And see, that's the other thing. Like the when I grew up, it seemed like the kids that had the most authoritative parents with the most discipline, in play from the parents, they was doing the most. I
huh,
remember I had a couple of friends that I grew up with, um, and this one time, and my father told me the story. 'Cause I didn't even know it happened. It was this convenience store that was right around the corner from us that we, walking distance. And one time, because my father was a law enforcement officer, we all went to this store, and I got what I got, and I left. But they apparently stole something. They both stole. So again, when the store owner told my friend's parents, my friend's parent called my dad and asked, the version of what the store owner told him, and he said that my friend stole, and then my friend's dad asked, "Well, did I steal something?" Talking about me, and he was like,
mm,
"No," and he was so surprised that I didn't steal anything.
mm,
He thought that I taught them. My friends told me this story. They thought their dad thought that I taught them how to curse when it was really their sister. You see what I'm saying? So what
yeah,
I'm saying is these are two people who had the strictest, most they went to church every day. They couldn't really play outside. They had to do Bibles. So the structure and the discipline was there, but they was the wildest.
right,
I had the most lax parents I could think of in terms of, again, if I kind of like what Beauty was saying, I was able to say exactly what I could. I wasn't cursing or nothing, but if I had something to say, I said it. And me and
right,
my parents just went a few rounds until I was tired
right,
about it.
right,
So I don't know. I mean, to me, that was more. I think I represent where I was, brought up more self control, self discipline versus outside external force. Or
right,
somebody imposing their discipline on 'em. So I think that's growing up like that is probably coloring my view on how I've dealt with my children.
right. And at the same time, it's like with me, basically, like with me, I grew up with a single dad. Like you would think most grow up with a single mom, but mine was the opposite. I grew up with a single dad, and
Yep.
so like my pops, like I said, he was authoritative. He was a little upset with his wife like billing or my mom's billing, but you know what I'm saying. So that kind of played into it, but pretty much he was pretty authoritative. We had to get good grades. I mean, like get a C, he was on our ass.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
at the same time, like growing up, I mean, like I wasn't even a wild child. Like I rebelled maybe a little bit, like as soon as I became an adult, and you know what I'm saying, like I was too old for him to tell me much things or to take away things like Nintendos and stuff like that. And so like but still like up until now, like I said, like a decent person. My brother, he rebelled a little bit more, but he came around. Like he
Hmm.
eventually ended up coming around. So we was raised by me and my brother was raised by authoritative, like an authoritative father. But yeah, we still came out pretty good. Like he's still married. He got his two girls. They got a family. They doing it.
Yeah.
And So it just depends. It's like some scenarios are fortunate, some aren't. you know.
Yeah.
And so it's
Babe, would
like
you
you and
was
I
your
came
mom
out
strict?
you and I came out pretty fortunate. And so
Yeah.
like our families like benefited from that.
I
Like you
just
can
asked my I just asked
mm,
my wife was her mom strict, and she said, yeah, maybe kinda.
yeah. Who your mom's
My
your
wife,
wife's mom?
my wife's mom, yeah.
She
I
said she
could
was
see
kind of strict.
I could see the
Yeah,
effects of
see,
that.
and you would say that she came out pretty good, right? You married her.
I mean so pretty good to the extent of how we deal, but I can definitely see in how she is and how she deals with things, the effects of her mom and that relationship. Um, I don't feel like my wife is as transparent when it comes to how she really feels in a way to where she can articulate it the way I will. Because if I feel some kind of way, I'm gonna say something so you know. Versus, I think sometimes it's kind of not that she doesn't want to, but the ability to just like be, this is what it is. You can love it or hate it, but this is
Right.
what it is. So I think that that is directly correlated to whatever she grew up to where she couldn't really or didn't really get the chance to articulate exactly how she felt. Kind of what Beauty was saying, being
Right.
not being for whatever reason for the feel of like just growing up. A lot of kids, parents took that as talking back or being
Mhm.
disrespectful when you just
Right.
being
Mhm.
and that you could see the effects of that. And now
Right.
Because
the contracts trash, and she in a relationship with me, and me being totally opposite. That's been some of the, even though we graduated and we moved through it early on. That I think that's been part of what some of the issues that we had, just the way that we communicate. I'm
right.
the type to where say what you feel. Don't
Mhm.
worry about how I respond to it.
Right. I think the only thing is like because when there's like with conversation, it's not just the words that you say that but it's also tone and it's also like your body language that come with it. So somebody could be expressing themselves, but if they talking like if they just like, hey dad, you mind having a seat and you mind if I just shit like one of them like one of them TV show dads like a Cosby or something and
Hmm.
something like that, then yeah, that's different. But
Yeah.
say like say like if the conversation starts going south for the kids or whatnot, and say like you're not totally agreeing with what they say, and then they start sassing you and all this other stuff, then it's like then that's where you step in and be like, hey, hold up, like you know what I'm saying? I don't mind us talking about this, but you ain't gonna talk to me any old way.
Hmm.
And see like that, see, and that's another thing. So it's like parents could read it. Parents could read the conversation. It's like basically you don't tell your kid to shut up if they expressing themselves or whatnot. Like you would like, yeah, you would definitely encourage it.
Yeah.
It's like that. That's why I said early, at the very beginning. It's like it's just a certain way to go about doing it.
Right. So, and
Right.
my take on that is like with the scenario of assassin, right? Just based off what I've seen, assassin, since we're using that terminology, a child that sass has probably received that same kind of energy, and they returning that same kind of energy. So what I'm saying is, if my child is quote unquote sassing me, I probably done the same thing to them. So what I should do is, when I'm speaking, if I don't want that, to speak in a way to where I'm making myself clear and heard, but in the way to where I'm not being quote unquote talking that spicy stuff, to where I'm the parent, you shut the da 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 da. Because if I get it back, why would I be upset? That's,
Right.
to me, that's
Right.
abuse of
Because
parenting.
yeah, because at the same, it's like discretions are always used in conversations. I believe so in the sense that basically like you're gonna talk according to like even with adults, you know what I'm saying? Like if I started getting on here just saying whatever, you'd be like, hey brother, like slow down, brother. Like man, it's like
Yeah.
it ain't that serious, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but it's like how we just talking like right now. You like, "Nah, I still don't like the way you make it. Like, then it would just seem odd in the conversation because it's like it's not like it's being driven that way. And
Right.
so it's like the same thing with kids. It's like, and mind you, we're talking with adolescents, like teenagers. It's not like we're talking with small kids like who are still learning. Of course, growing up, we like these like adolescent teenagers. They're getting ready. They're getting ready for the world. So
Right.
basically, you know what I'm saying. So you could talk to them. You could talk to them. And to me, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
It's like with my nieces. I mean, like like to in the terminology that we use, and I talk to them like adults. You know, I don't
Mm-hmm.
talk to them like kids, like babies or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, they teenagers now. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They be talking about like, man, this man, there ain't no boys that I like in my school. I'm like, oh, for real? Like, sure. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm thinking about moving back down to LA when I can. Like, well, man, handle your business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, I don't hear that. You know, kids like, man, what y'all doing with boys anyway? Do your homework. Like,
Right.
and they out of school. You know, like, nah, I ain't doing all that either.
Yeah. How
So,
do you, speaking of school, how do y'all really, I mean, I don't know what you got going on where you are, but overall, how do you all feel about school and just that environment and just the education system, really, these kids coming up in the school system?
Billy, you want to answer that?
Yeah, I don't really like it because even as we train our kids, it's so many other parents that train their kids differently. So when they coming home and you like, where you get that from, or why you saying that, why you acting this way, and it comes from being around so many other kids that's getting trained or not trained at all, and your kid have to go there and fit in and bring it home with them. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, school. You pretty much have to hope for the best. I mean, like the beauty about school is like you develop social bonds and and like find your way like in a smaller society and in a bigger society pretty much. And so like because
Mm-hmm.
like when I was a kid in school, I was like an like pretty much quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like I said I didn't have much friends. I was the one that you could definitely pick on. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I just did my studies. I think I ran a little track in not think, but I ran a little track in high school, and then that was about it. And so,
Mm-hmm.
like, if I had to go back in time to those days, like, nah, I'd rather stay where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, man, if
Yeah.
you had the option to go back and relive those days or remain where you are, what would you like? Yeah, I'd rather deal with how I'm dealing with now
Yeah.
than to
Yeah.
go back in them days. But
Yeah.
but my she's doing pretty good in school. Like for her circumstance, pretty much. Like she's doing pretty good. So I mean, all we can really do is just trust the school system, or you can homeschool your kid if you. But the only thing is, they'll just miss out on that whole little social step.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. She said, my
Yeah,
kids go
it
school
depends
is
on how you.
first in grades. Anything below a C, they lose electronics.
Mm.
Georgia done same thing.
How long do you keep it? The electronic. Long do you keep it?
That was in the comments. That was black.
Oh, Black
Oh,
Rover.
oh,
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 oh
oh.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
don't. I mean, I don't really.
You don't
Again,
really do that.
I'm not really a fan of quote unquote punishment. Again, when I've done it, it's been more for the purpose of getting my child's attention. And once I got it, because I've always told all of them, like, whatever you got that I bought you, it's for you. I don't want it.
Right.
Right.
You see what
Nobody.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Nobody ever does. Nobody.
So yeah,
Nobody ever.
I don't want. I
Yeah.
didn't. I
Nobody
don't.
ever does.
And then another thing where I kind of realized I kind of shot myself not in the foot, but in me being so real, it kind of like to where punishment doesn't work because of things I've done and
Mhm.
said, because I never wanted my child to be attached to anything material so much to where it hurt for them to not have it.
Right.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, cause like what I mean, like what do kids get into? They get into video games and
Right.
they get into their phones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
See.
I never once had to I never once had to say to my daughter give me your iPad or anything like that or her
Yeah.
phone. Like I
Yeah.
said, she's a pretty good kid, but um
Yeah.
and I don't know if her mom ever done it, and I just don't know about it. Let's just say.
Yeah.
so
So yeah,
so
like with
yeah.
mine. So me having that and teaching that attitude of not wanting them to have so much of an attachment to something, a thing, to where it hurt for them to lose it. So instilling that, and then trying to, well, give me your iPad. It's like, here, all right, or or you know what I'm saying. Well,
Right.
if it's not your iPad, then me your phone. All right, here, all right,
Mhm.
you know.
Not
So
for me, like in the scenario, like say like if my daughter's mom called me up and was like, look, Cameron was acting up in school, and I told her to give me her iPad, and I'd be like, why? What she do? Like, oh, she was beating up another kid. She really hurt another kid up in school or something like. I wouldn't disagree along with those lines or anything. I'd be like, well, shoot, yeah, well, I mean, like you had to do what you got to do, because trust me,
mhm.
in fact, let me come over there and find out what's going on in her head, like why she doing that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, and then if she was living with me in the school call, like, come get your kids office, she just got she put a whoop on another kid or whatnot, like, what would you do in a sense like that? You, I don't know if you probably dealt with a sense like that, but hypothetically speaking, if you dealt with a sense like that, what would you do?
who, me or Beauty? Either one of
Both,
us.
well, both, yeah. Anybody. I just want because I know y'all probably had two distinct answers. Like, I'm just saying, like, what would either of y'all do in that situation? Like with me, like the electronic would get taken away or whatnot, along with the good talking to. Like, what would y'all say?
Mm, so I caught the tail end of it, but running by me that I
Me
don't get
too. Me
too.
too.
My bad. It was my fault. 'Cause I was kind of reading the comments and when you I caught the tail end of it. Well, what was the scenario? Running by me
No,
one
I'm
time.
saying like if it was a sense to where basically like not just a minor, like not just like something minor, but say like they got caught like fighting at school or something.
Fighting in school,
Yeah,
and you saying what would my response be?
right. Like
All
basically
right.
like with their like
So,
like I know huh?
my wife just chimed in. Her response would be, "Did you whoop their ass?"
Did you book that?
Right.
That yeah, see that yeah, that's a
Right.
mama bear. That's a mama bear
Right.
response right there. Like me, like even
And
if I had a son,
it it
I
depends
would
on
still
what the fight
discourage.
is about.
Right, right. Nah, but
It depends.
let's just, all right. Put it this
Sometimes
way.
it's something for
Hypothetically, like put it this way. Hypothetically, it was their fault. They the ones
It was
that
their
started
fault.
it, and they the ones that finished it. Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
that's more cut and dry to
yeah,
basically like, because if a kid is defending himself, like man, if somebody's beating up on my daughter, like shoot,
yeah.
she better block. You
right.
So
know.
my
But nah, but or if somebody's picking on her or something like that. Because trust me, that was me, and I didn't enjoy it.
yeah.
But
So
just say
so
like
the
if your kid is
scenario.
the bully,
So yes. So the scenario is your
your kid's
child
the
is
bully,
actually being the bully, right?
the aggressor for whatever
Okay.
reason,
All right.
and like they in the principal's office and like you go up in there like hell yeah or not, they're like yeah that was yeah like dude took my
Yeah.
pistol, I got pissed and shoot and I swung and decked him. Like that's how it went.
Yeah. So for me, again, cause it's kind of hard for me to speaking hypotheticals, especially when it's never I've never had that happen. It's hard for me to speculate really. But
Right.
my general way of dealing with things, if I know my child is doing something and they initiated being in the wrong, um, I've generally had the ability through talking to them for them to see that they are wrong, and they like okay, so just to be transparent, it was a time where my youngest daughter, who's now 18, and my wife really weren't on the same page, right?
No.
So it got to a point to where I could see the kind of like the almost like the back and forth. I could see where they both kind of contributed to what it was overall. But in the times where I would parent and check my daughter and showing her that she was in the wrong, she would feel real kind of like guilty, kind of go into that depressive, you right type state. And I get into, I take a real deep psychological deep dive to, for them, for a person to see that they're wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's been my approach to being just questioning, like, and just going real, taking a real deep dive to why would you do that, to where you almost feel freaking stupid without me calling you that. But by the time I've gone all the way down the road with why they did what they did, they, or in the case my daughter, felt wrong, and it's just same way on the other side. That's kind of like, does that make sense? So I'm
Yeah.
not. Yeah, that's what I do. I take a
Yes.
really deep psychological, deep, deep, deep under the hood. To bullies are bullies for a reason. Bullies don't just, in my experience, aren't just bullies for no reason. They probably come from a place of hurt. They probably come from something to cause them to defend themselves a way to where they rather hurt than get hurt. It's been my experience. So I'm not coloring that with what you got going on, but I kind of have I rationalize things even when it comes to people that are like, I can even say with serial killers or with, not that I'm okaying what the action was, but a lot of times like with that, if you really look at these people's story, it's like a history of trauma that from early on that contribute to what they become. So I kind of like look
Yep.
at it from that level.
No. And not to pause, well, to pause you just real quick. You see, Black's comments
Hold
regarding
on.
her nephew.
Uh, Sorry that now my nephew is like me, anger issues. When he got in trouble at school, the school knew to call me about it. I ended up getting custody of him later. His behavior changed and he became a 4.0 student and went into the Air Force. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. So it sounds like Black is saying that she linked with her nephew and that he had anger issues like she did. So I'm assuming that maybe she kind of, not that she was condoning what he was doing, but I'm assuming that she has understood where he was coming from. And sometimes that kind of common bond, to me, that's an example of what I was saying earlier about being a friend. It's not
But at the same
friend.
time, you want to say that she was being an auntie though, like basically, like, look, I'm the auntie. I see where this kid is going, and basically, like if the moms ain't gonna do it, then I'll be the authoritative figure in this person's life.
And what I'm saying is
Hmm.
that the auntie did, I want to do it as a parent. I don't, I because first off, I don't really have any siblings other than, okay, my younger sister came into the picture a couple of years ago, but overall, like, historically, I've been the one to kind of play the role of the alternate, meaning, in like you said, in her case, she's playing auntie, I've had to be uncle in a in my approach, even though I'm the dad. I've taken an uncle approach, meaning like you can come to me and we gonna figure this out. I get where you coming from, and now to Black story, is the her nephew turned around, 4.0 student and went to the Air Force. Had she not been who she was to her nephew, it might have played out a different way. So why not do that same thing as a parent? What stops us from doing that same thing?
No, I'm just saying, but I mean, like she stepped up as the auntie, like in the mom's place though. So it's like basically what her mom wasn't willing to do,
Is it because
but
her
her
mom was? Is it? So I'm
well
speculating.
she didn't explain all of it. She said I had to be auntie, mom, dad,
Mom,
teacher,
dad, teacher,
counselor,
constant.
committee. But
Yeah,
yeah, as you notice, she never said peer. I mean, she never said peer or friend.
yeah,
She
and
said
that's it. No, no, and I
she said
agree.
auntie,
No,
mom, dad, teacher.
yeah, yeah, I agree, and I wouldn't. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It shouldn't be a pair, but like I'm locked in to where you all kind of use the term friend. Like I like that. So in the context, that is she is being friend like, meaning somebody that you can come to and somebody you can, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep, friend like. Mm-hmm.
yeah, buddy. But that's good. It's good that played out like that because a lot of
Right,
times a lot of kids don't
right. Especially with
play
us,
out.
you know what I'm saying? Like young black men, like we could be knuckleheads
Mm-hmm.
at times. We can all be knuckleheads at times. So I mean,
Hmm.
like as a young black man, he doing well. Shoot, I know, man. I knew a chick. In fact, my last ex, she got 4 kids. She got a daughter and 3 sons, and I mean, like
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
she
Black, is below? Is this Earl Sanders? Is that your nephew you talking about?
who's
Is
he's
he in the chat?
walking.
Mm.
Who is Earl Sanders?
Earl Sanders. Oh, that's one of the fellas that be on there. He cool.
Oh, okay. One of the
Yeah,
what?
he one of the fellas that be on there. Like,
Okay, you gonna come up?
He might.
right?
Mm.
She said, "Wait, what?" Nah, she was
I
just
said
making
he
some
might. He
clarification.
might.
No, I was just telling Black we was just making some clarification. But oh yeah, I was saying that my ex of 4 kids, like man, she it was just her too. Like the two daddies, one moved out to another state, I think it to Michigan or whatnot. So but he still had a pretty good relationship with the first 2 kids. The other dad was a knucklehead of the last 2 kids, but she
Mm.
has for herself, she did pretty good. Like her 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 daughter working. She still lives with her, but I mean, like, she didn't end up knocked up or anything like that, or like she working. She doing her thing. Her the second one, he just went into the Air Force. He wanted to be like his aunt. Ended up going into the Air Force. But before that, at 18, he moved out his house. Man, had his own little apartment doing his own little thing. And then now the third son, like he's in college in Alabama, I believe. So now she just got the fourth son, and
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying. And he said on his way. So, but trust me, when I was with her, like she was. I mean, like as a family, they got along pretty good. But she was kind of authoritative.
Hmm.
Like she man, she did not
The
play.
kid. The kid
Yeah,
or the
she was
mom.
the moms was. Like, and then
Mm.
it's like all her kids, cause she was like a little, maybe like an inch or something taller than me. So of course the fathers were a little taller, so the kids were pretty big. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking like, man, you talking to um like Taylor like that, like basically like don't be surprised if that kid like as soon as he is 18, he gonna knock you upside your head.
Right.
But now
Right.
she was tough with him, but they like I said, they came out pretty good. But she was like a prime example of like a parent. I would commend her for how she did, and then it's
Mhm.
like it shows in their kids' life. like they're structured. They just like
Mm-hmm.
they different to that. Now she could have been one of them single mothers that, you know what I'm saying, that was just cool, was out there smoking, just ripping and running and all this other stuff, and not really
Mm-hmm.
doing much. Which is not saying what, which is not saying what Malkuth is saying. I'm not saying that that's the same what he's
Right.
doing, and what what I'm suggesting that she would have been doing is the same thing. That's not. But I'm just saying, like, she could have been doing, and then her kids could have been like, wait, what, three boys and a girl. You know what I'm saying? The girl could have ended up, however, and then it's like the three boys. Like, shoot, man, thank God that man, thank God they would still be all alive and not in jail. It's not one
Mm-hmm.
of them, you know. So,
Mm-hmm.
but every family, every scenarios is just different. You're gonna do what works, and it's like, or if you care about your children, you're gonna do what works.
Yeah.
Right.
And so,
Down
you
to
know
it.
what I'm saying? Like basically, if I ever visited you guys and y'all was like dealing with your kids, however y'all was dealing with, like I'll look at the whole scenario, not like, damn, if I was not cool, like man, let me pull this aside. If I was you, brother, I wouldn't have said that. Like you look
Mm-hmm.
at the whole scenario, like man, what he said works.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I should take notes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or
Yeah.
if I go to beauty house and how she dealing with her now her kids are acting up, I'm still be hands back. Like I'm not gonna tell an adult how to discipline their kid.
Right.
But at the
Because the
same time,
thing,
if you look to your side and you catch me just shaking my head or something, like if I'm lost in the thought and I'm just shaking my head, just know I ain't the only
Right.
one. I ain't the
yeah,
only one.
because
And so
it's no playbook or
no,
instruction manual to parenting.
no.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
The
I mean?
only playbook is your, just like you got different teams on in the NFL or whatnot or in the NBA. Like every coach has their own playbook. There's no set playbook for no universal playbook for everybody,
Yeah.
and so it's the same thing.
So both of
Yeah.
y'all, as far as you can, I don't know if you thought about it, but how much of your parenting
Okay.
style is
Neighbor.
reflective or reminiscent of how you were parented?
How does what my mom and dad, did they reflect on how I was raised?
Yeah, how much of the way they raised you plays out into how you parent, if
Oh
at all, for
well,
both of
I
y'all. For
think a
both of
lot.
y'all.
Even if we don't do exactly what they did, it still plays a big part because we
right.
try to do the opposite. Right.
Hmm.
Right. Well, my brother does opposite. Like he'll tell you, like this when our daughters was young, like if anyone was acting bad, he'd be like, "Man, I don't speak my kid." But like with me, like yeah, I tapped my daughter on that behind a couple times when she got out of line. So either way, I mean, like either way, like I was probably like I probably carried on more of the traits that from my pops than my brother did. But at the same time, I mean, like I said, what trumps that though is how, I mean, like how you run your house. Because like at least I can say with my two nieces, like they're I mean like they're straight A students, like doing pretty good, like and got good heads on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? They're not talking like a lot of these knucklehead kids that a lot of people have lives and they want to like attribute to all black people or what. Like I mean,
Hmm.
they're just like that. So
Yeah.
like even if I went to my brother's house, say, like if my nieces did something, all you're gonna get is like maybe like a handshake for me. But that's just I mean like that's just me. But in the whole scenario, like man, what are they doing? Oh man, what college they going to? You know, like man, better than me already. Like so how would they do? How would they do? But like his trait, like it ain't gonna pass on. My dad's trait didn't pass on so much to my brother, and so I don't know how. Like the real question is how would that reflect with his daughters and his
Mm.
grandchildren after that? Like does it become so many? Maybe they years later they can all be having the same conversation and they may be speaking like Malcolm, like yeah, you know, like nowadays you don't have to really discipline kids. Like if my daughter happens to have a kid or something, I don't know if she'll be if she be same kind of laid back because like she may pick up that trick from me without picking up like the trick that I picked up from my dad or something. So it'd be
Hmm.
interesting to see how that plays out in their scenario once we become like grandparents, right? Hello.
Yeah, he got kicked out. I'm trying to get him back in.
Oh, I was
I
like,
didn't
oops.
see he was gone.
Right, I'm sitting there talking.
That's right. Still just talking.
Sure, yeah, I got tendencies, but I had tendency to do that. But
Hmm.
what's the name? Black said that Bradley changed his name to Cheesecake Party.
Yeah, right. So glad to know that because I didn't know.
I was like, when Kanye West was was
Hmm.
thinking about putting his name on the ballot, and the name of his party was going to be the birthday party.
Mm. Wow, that's silly.
The birthday party. Shit. So that's what that reminds. Who says good night? Hey Black. Oh, that was Bradley. He
Bradley,
said good night.
yeah.
He said good night, Black. Good night, Beauty. So he checked out. Let's see. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Cool White Power, she was like, "Hey, look, it's our anniversary. Like, you better come over here and get off that phone."
But this was good. I love this conversation.
Right, right.
Really, yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
Exactly.
See
That's what
what
man.
happened? You just
Like,
had to
cause
get
when you
on
was
camera.
like when y'all was talking earlier, I was like, I couldn't type fast enough. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to call in.
Right,
It's
right,
like
right,
so, so
right.
so many points was being made, and it's not like I was like, oh man, I can't wait to argue because man, that's just not
Right,
me.
right, right.
It
Right,
was just one. So I was like, oh man, I want to jump in on this.
right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you back in better than ever, huh?
Hmm. I'm the only one that got kicked.
I
Yeah.
guess so. We were talking about earlier when we first started talking. So many points was made. He said he couldn't type fast enough. I know,
Oh,
right?
I was, I was, I was, man, I was sitting there trying to. I was like, oh man, because I remember me, Mount Cook and I, we had this conversation. We had this conversation a little bit before with Kevin.
But
Remember?
we honestly didn't get nowhere with it, right?
No, we did. We did
No,
because
we
like
didn't.
no, because remember with Kevin. Remember Kevin? Like I guess he always considered his age like being what was he 33?
Mm-hmm.
So he always like considered his age like it's still as a learning curve, I guess. And
Right.
so
so you said we had this same conversation before, or it was the same topic?
this same conversation with the same topic. Like when like for example like with you being your kid's friend, like we talked about this before. You don't remember?
I'm old.
you
Yeah, yeah,
don't
we
remember
talked.
talking to you don't remember talking to Kevin about this?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah, we did, but
Ah,
I don't think we got nowhere with it because we still on the same stance.
Right.
Well,
right.
we
Well,
was
I mean, like
earlier
it's
anyway.
right. Well, it's a good conversation because like at least we're not changing nobody's minds. It's basically just offering our viewpoints.
Yeah.
Right,
So we can talk
Maybe
about
it's
it. We can
because
we can
maybe it's
we can bring
because
it
for
up another
me,
time.
it might be
right.
because for me, like I think that that's one thing that we can all talk about, that we all have common experience in, so that can always be something to kind of have,
Back to
we can all tap into. You know what I mean?
right,
Because
Yes,
it's
right,
something relevant that we dealing with right now.
yes,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
I mean, we can talk about politics. We can talk about Diddy. We can you know what I mean?
right.
So I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, no, I mean like I said, which is all good because suppose like your wife would have jumped on and like given that she has like different viewpoints. Like her viewpoint would have been like totally different. Maybe we just we maybe we would have been more in the on agreement on the more like more extreme end of it. Like hell, nah,
Yeah,
I ain't my
I could
kids. I
tell.
think my kids friend. Hell, no, like
I
what
could tell you. I could
the
tell you right now. Everybody, you all are in agreement, including my wife, when it comes to your viewpoint,
hell?
and I'm still kind of like over here with it. But
Right,
like I
right.
said, my main takeaway, like I keep reiterating, is the friend like thing. I never had a fitting
Yeah.
title. You know what I'm saying? So now I can, if I do have this conversation, and I'm glad that's why I had this because I didn't. But it was puzzling me. How can you not be your child's friend? But
Right,
Right.
now I got a term, friend like is different. So I get
right,
it. Yeah.
right. And then see last time the difference is the difference between last conversation and this one. I'll point out like Billy was more she was more on the sideline listening in, or maybe sleeping, who knows? Nah, but she was more on the
Uh,
sideline like
I
listening
was,
in.
I was
I'm
talking.
so proud of her.
Right.
Thank
This
you.
time she
Man,
actually
I,
she actually
yeah,
chimed
she
in.
was,
Like
you know,
I was like, come on, Billy, like that.
you must
That's
have had
like
an you must have had an energy drink.
No,
right? Or
just a long
she,
Halloween day.
she must have lost that notepad that she was taking notes on or
Right.
something.
No, just a long day. One of them days where you get, I'm wired up. I told you I was wired
Right.
up, so I wasn't getting no
Yep.
camera, but I'm definitely not sleepy.
Right.
I,
He was eating the candy. He eating the Halloween candy.
I wish if they give me some. I'm just wired up from the day, just not the candy. They gotta give me some candy.
Right? Because usually once two or three fellas are gathered together, then beauty just becomes a witness to the
But
conversation.
but the thing with beauty though, like y'all gotta engage her. A lot of times I notice, not y'all, but a lot of times when I've seen her knock them back like that, y'all it's just the guys are talking to each other.
Right.
You
Right,
so
But it's
yeah.
like we try because she's the host. Like if she wanted to like so even with tonight's conversation, if she wanted to be like, hey, look, like I feel this coming, but like I'd rather talk about something else. I mean, like
Yeah.
what do we decide? Like we either get off the phone or you know what I'm saying, or switch it up. And so it's like we'll ask her. We be like, well, what you think, Beauty? And then it's like
Wait, have you
Beauty.
beauty, have you ever ran it back like an episode back and heard what we talking about?
yeah, like if I do go to sleep, I will like try to see what happened. Like, whoa, what? I went to sleep. Let me go see. And sometimes it be wow. I was like, wow, all that.
Huh?
Wow.
Yeah. Do you
No,
ever run it
but that
back? Do you
happened.
ever run it back and be like, "Yeah, I see why I went to sleep," or you more like, "Damn, why did I go to sleep?"
No,
No,
you know
because
what? Not really, because I have went to sleep on some conversation that was popping. I'm like, how did I go to sleep? I would have laughed. So
That's
I
no
didn't.
different. That's no
When I'm
different
tired,
now.
I'm just tired. So I
Yeah.
didn't really go to sleep on some conversation that could have been real good for me to talk about or in. So not really. I
Yeah.
just be like, man, I can't believe I missed that.
That's,
because like I don't know if you met her before Omni my cool,
don't
but like
recognize.
it's like sometimes she'll get on here, she'll talk, and you know what I'm saying, she's cool, like she's a young lady that like while she's on the phone, like she'll talk. And
Hmm.
then
I never
Rissa,
heard of
when
her.
she was on the phone, she talked.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that
And stuff.
name. Hey, I don't know. Maybe
But Rissa or Omni,
Omni. That name sounds vaguely familiar, but
yeah, on her page or whatnot here, like her full name is Omni Hana, so you might have seen it.
huh? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Is
know.
this?
Cause some like a lot of she'll be chiming in through the conversation through the chat because she's working. Cause I think she does nursing, and so like a
Right.
lot of
Is
times
it
she works like
old?
long hours at night.
Yeah, this old, and I'm just not seeing it. But Black said
Yeah,
I'm the oldest here, 51.
right.
Is that old?
But trust me,
Appreciate
like
it.
now if Ams Tilly was on here, then usually I just let like even if I'm on here, but maybe just not like coming into the conversation, I just let the ladies talk. Like with Billy, she'll talk to Am, she'll talk to Val, but it's like they having like a girl talk or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the fellas, but say like if you called in and Eric called in and GC come back and Terry called in, then it's like then I'll jump in there then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But still, we try to encourage everybody to talk. That's why I was happy when that's why I was letting you and Beauty talk at first. I was like, well, shoot, like
Yeah.
let me hear what she got to
Yeah.
say.
It started off with Beauty and my wife talking because
Right,
on here.
right,
Yeah. But yep.
right. And they was talking about like totally different subject.
Right. What was
But
y'all talking about, man?
Shoot, Halloween, regular Halloween, the kids doing pranks at school. And
Oh, okay.
but yeah, because I think Beauty asked like one of the questions she asked like what was one of your fondest memories of Halloween? And your
Mhm.
wife had mentioned that you two had gotten married on Halloween,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Man,
oh wow, how
that
about
was
that?
fun. That was a
Right?
lot of fun.
I bet.
Yep.
So,
That's the only one.
yeah, because I think the only time I only said that I was like, yeah, my only fondest memories were just me being a kid, throwing on the costume and walking around gathering up candy.
Right.
I remember when I was in kindergarten. I remember like long when I was in kindergarten. I went to a little like the school had like a little Halloween party. And remember, like back then, you was able to bob for apples, pin and tail
I
on the
was just yeah,
donkey,
I was just thinking about that right when you said it. I got a story, but yeah, yep.
right? And so, like I do have that memory painted in my head.
Yeah, I had
But
Halloween.
when I went to that little Halloween party,
I had a Halloween party at my house, and I was just thinking about the whole bobbing for apples thing.
right?
When we was bobbing for apples, we was bobbing for apples in my house, and it was my turn. I was the first one to go up because it was my party. Why did I get all of that? Why all of the apples?
You got them all.
Yep.
Wow.
So all the
You
kids was
better
just standing there like, all right.
just collecting them, huh?
My parents should have regulated. They should have used some authority.
Right.
Right? They should
Yes,
look,
now.
Right.
Oh
I
boy.
got
Wow.
all the apples.
you got all the apples.
Wow.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that was like the first event when I walked. Like, man, in fact I didn't even care for it because I was having a hard time, but they wouldn't let me up until I grabbed one. I was like,
It's
and so
so
when I
crazy
finally
how
came,
we be having like how you
hmm,
said bomb for the apples. Now when I look at that, I'm like, my kids go to a Halloween party. I'm like, y'all not putting y'all mouth in that
Yeah.
bucket with every
That's what I was
you
just that's what I was just thinking. Like that is kind of
exactly.
like now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, looking at everything through the
y'all
post
not
COVID
playing.
lens, everything is gross. We can't do nothing we did 10 years ago.
Right. And it didn't
Yep.
hurt us back then, and it wouldn't hurt nobody now.
Yep.
But
That is funny. But yeah, I wouldn't
Okay,
nowadays I wouldn't dare. Yeah.
right. You're not doing it.
And it's all coming full circle. Remember? I remember now
Right.
that same
Right.
party, guess what was playing? I had on the TV. Guess
what
what movie was playing? Beauty.
Halloween?
Nope. You just said it earlier because you asked about it.
Halloween.
Hellraiser.
Oh, Hellraiser.
Oh,
Hellraiser.
I love that,
Hellraiser.
right?
Yep. I can't remember.
That's
It
one of the
wasn't. It,
best
it was.
movies.
It was probably like two or three. I remember that we had the TV downstairs in the basement and that was playing.
Uh,
Mm.
maybe for the
That movie
adults
was
to look
so
at.
scary as a kid.
Yep.
Yeah, now yeah, because the school that I went to, they wouldn't have that on.
Nah.
But see that man, that's when times was like fun. It's like man, like because I remember I was just a small kid, you know what I'm saying? Parents take us out to little things like that. Like where basically if you look at it like man, you was able to gather up all and just have fun, especially as a young black kid. You know what I'm saying? Because you know in other neighborhoods they probably I wouldn't be surprised like in the middle of somewhere they still do that kind of stuff
Yeah. Do y'all
for
think it's
some.
Mm-hmm.
cool?
Whereas with us we like I ain't
Do y'all think it's cool for Halloween celebrations to be hosted by churches?
to be hosted by churches.
Yeah.
Um, I let's see. It depends. Like, if all right, we get like we'll see where the conversation goes, but in a sense to where basically if you just have like a church, no, like technically a church shouldn't be involved in that, right? But I mean, like even the school that the preschool that I went to, it was a Lutheran school called First Lutheran, and I mean like when I was going to that preschool, we dressed up in our costumes for Halloween. We walked around the neighborhood, and like I said, they had that one little Halloween party, and it's like for the kids. I mean, like it's just a fun time. It's just a fun
Mhm.
time. But
Yeah.
Right.
not for adults. You know what I'm saying? Should it be like out here where we got like West Hollywood Boulevard, like the capital of the world, where they where adults just come out dressing like however and just be just roaming the streets or anything? Nah. like,
Yeah.
like should just be hosting adult like nah.
Yeah.
But I mean like if you say like well why make this distinction between kids and adults? Technically no, but I think with the kids it's just like the adults don't see it really as a holiday or anything. They just look at it like man, you're just looking at the
Fun time to have candy and
right.
have a yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
What you think, Beauty?
I mean, I maybe because they make it safe. Church is
Yeah.
gonna be your safest place you can go where you're out being harmed. It's gonna be a safe environment for the kids. Ain't nothing gonna be indicating. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if church can teach them a way to do it in a positive way, then they should.
Yeah. Okay.
They just kind of church was meant to basically put you on the right path to life. They
Yeah.
crucify you so much in church that you be scared to go.
Yeah.
and that's it because I mean like 'cause if you're looking at
Maybe that's why I ain't gone.
See what I'm saying?
right if you're looking like you familiar with Geno Jennings.
Yeah, I am actually. Yes.
Yeah, but here, like now, see, you know that he's not hosting no Halloween party. For nobody,
Mm,
No. No.
no, for
wow.
no shoes, and I mean, like he's gonna talk fire and brimstone about it to the
He
kids,
started good.
right?
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah,
Wait,
like,
do kid? I mean, I never looked. Had them pan out into the audience, but you think kids go to that church?
do I think kids go to church? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure there's probably somewhere some adults where they make the kids go, and then like the kids they're
That
just
seemed
being
like,
they're just being
even though
washed
he's not saying
to that
nothing
thing.
bad, that just seemed like a that seemed like there's something that should be for adults only, even though
You
it's
would
not.
think
Yeah, correct.
You would think, but the only thing with kids are the futures of churches because it's like
Yeah.
then once those adults pass away, then it's like how does the church continue to thrive? So it's like you
True.
do need that younger audience in there, and we may not be talking like maybe not young kids, maybe the young kids go to like a like church school or Sunday school, however they call it, but like the older kids, like maybe like adolescents to like teenagers. I mean, like you're gonna have some sitting in their suits
Right.
and just like taking in that stuff. So
What y'all
you
think
probably
about?
got you probably even got a few prospects that probably reiterate everything that Jenny's is saying.
Yeah. What y'all think about child preachers?
uh, y'all pretty. I think. Like, what do you mean? Like, should it be encouraged or discouraged?
Well, I always wonder how much. it is what it is. But I kind of speculate and wonder how much of it is just the child calling to do versus how much is it influenced by the
But
parents
yeah, because
imposing.
It's a no for me
well,
because they don't have enough experience to teach me.
nah,
Yeah.
but you got some. But I heard some children like from like more so from like you know how like with certain mega churches they talk a certain way, like Bishop Jakes and Noah Jones, like they all have like a style or something that they talk. Like even Joyce Myers or some of them,
Mm.
like they all have a certain way that they preach. If you
Yeah,
get a
but
kid
you're supposed to
that's
be
one
a
like
teacher to
emulating
your
that,
parents.
basically a kid come out there like yeah and and man, then all they're doing is really just emulating how the preacher because that's how your preacher preaches and then that's how the kid preaches. But if you get like a young bright kid who's going to Sunday school and I mean like basically he's like taking serious what he's learning and whatnot and is able to preach it back in a way. Man, I'll listen to him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'll be amazed. Like with this like oh
yeah,
man, look at that. You know, like, oh okay. So I wouldn't discourage it. In fact, I would encourage it.
yeah. Black.
But but it's like if it's more like a show like it's like a little prodigy kid and it's like basically just doing it like for show or whatnot. Then,
Yeah.
uh, nah.
You see what Black said? Trick or treat originally was to pray for spirits not to enter the house. I didn't know that.
Go wait trick or treat. You go out and gather what not so spirits don't enter your house.
She's saying that she said that trick or treat originally was to pray for spirits not to
Oh,
house.
trick or treat really. When she say trick or treat, does she mean trick or treat as in Halloween or trick
She
or
said
treat separate from Halloween?
that the original history or the origins of trick or treating was to use to pray for spirits to not enter their house.
Why would they call it trick or treat?
I don't know. Let's ask ChatGTP.
Chat GTP King over here.
Why is it called
Originally
trick
was to pray the
or
spirits.
treat?
Oh look, she just said it. People would give cookie or scones to homeless kids to pray for them.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, okay. She said cookies or scones, not even candy, but that's a lot of cookies to be collecting. Like,
Yeah. So I just asked ChatGTP, why is it called trick or treat? It says trick or treat was originated as a Halloween tradition where children dress in costumes and go door to door requesting treats with playful threat of performing a trick like a prank. If
right,
not, if no treat was given. And then it says, for instance, I said the phrase and practice are thought to have roots in European customs. For instance, medieval begging traditions. In medieval Europe, people would go quote unquote souling on the All Souls Day, offering prayers for the dead in exchange for food. The practice evolved over time and eventually became part of Halloween in places like Scotland and Ireland, where people would dress in costumes and go door to door asking for treats. Uh,
right.
huh.
Yeah, basically what Black said because she said it started in Europe, and then she
Yeah.
mentioned the prayer aspect. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like now that I think about it, growing up, I remember trick or treat meant like well I remember what I was taught like basically like say like if I showed up at your house and I said trick or treat, it's like um the host would either do a trick for a person or they would give them a treat. So that's why you say
Hmm.
trick or treat. So say like if
Yeah.
they was like a clown act or something, then they could like do like a little act or something.
Hmm. It also say in earlier 20th century America, why am I want to say Hollywood? Hall- Halloween was often associated with pranks and vandalism, especially on mischief night, the night before Halloween. Communities began encouraging trick or treat as a safer, more controlled way for children to engage in Halloween without activities causing damage.
Right? Because well, if I was a small kid, I would definitely want the treat. But if I was a teenager, I would gladly,
Right.
I would gladly prank your man.
Back, back,
Right.
back in the day, instead of peeing somebody's house, they just pee on the house.
Right, man.
Right.
Right? Don't be because I remember in the house that I lived in before I had moved and whatnot. I remember they egged that house, and man, boy, was I pissed. Like that,
Yeah.
I wasn't a nice
Yeah.
kid.
If they say that the egg can fry on the house and damage
Right,
the
damage
yeah
the paint.
yeah
I remember it was hard getting cleaning that thing off. I
yeah.
remember my ex wife like she had a car egg one time. And I was like, dude, it was like it was a pain cleaning that man.
That
And I was
seems like
pissed.
something. That seems like something that a strict parent, if they house got TP or something like that, the kid would get in trouble to live there because they probably like. I wonder if that's possible. Like if my because it's got to be somebody that my child would know, right?
Right, right. Unless it like right, unless that maybe that strict parent like kind of like beyond their boundaries to like other kids,
Right,
like your friend your kids' friends coming through and I mean like they acting the fool with them too. It's like you know what? Let's go over the man. Let's go over the Mount Cool house because like
right.
man,
Uh,
sometimes he be getting on that nerves. Like you watched
right.
Minister Society.
Yeah. Uh huh. What?
Remember that grandfather, right? Like when old dog and came short, he was like,
Right.
"Hey, y'all come up in here."
Get your ass in the
He started
house.
lecturing them or whatnot.
He like, I
Like,
love
right
you, but you got to
now,
go. You have
right
to
now,
leave.
Kane, I can see you offering Kane to come in, but you tell old dog, and it's like he come in, and it's like, man, man, they purposely making faces to where they don't want to hear it, and he still kept going. but he
Right.
but he brought them both up in there.
Right.
So it'd be like one of them kids like, oh man, for two
Right.
hours I had to listen to this man.
Yeah. When
My pop.
when I was a kid, when other friends I was telling you about, they didn't have no Nintendo. They didn't have nothing.
Hmm.
They just had the Bible.
Shit.
Dang. Yep.
He said they just
Wow.
listen.
How did you say those
Uh,
kids turned out?
You said what?
How did they turn out?
Uh. So one of
yeah.
them. So they got into a
How do you
lot
know
of
that,
trouble.
Black?
They got into a lot of trouble in school, and they ended up homeschooling for a while. And they got into fights and stuff. And um, the older brother, he's okay now, but the younger brother, when we were younger, he got hit by a car on the way home from school, and that kind
Mm.
of messed him up.
Wow.
Um, so that, and then him having this kind of like his favorite rapper was Tupac, and in some ways he kind of resembled him a little bit enough to where he kind of embraced that type of persona. So he was that kind of guy growing up. After, especially
Yeah.
after he got hit and survived, I think he kind of turned into that. But I don't know
Wow.
what he's doing now. But I talk to his older brother from time to time. He's doing all right. I
Oh,
still
okay.
talk. I still talk to their father. I still talk to their father more often than I do either. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, any of them. But yeah,
Hey, Malcolm, you read Black's comments?
hold on, no.
Yeah, I think she was kind of mischievous growing up because how did she know what she know? I know about paint thinner. I didn't know about baby oil though.
The paint on baby oil with one damage and causes it to go down. Here we go with the baby oil. So here's some fun fact I found out about baby oil from ChatGTP once again. Um, so you know the whole thing with your boy, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, apparently, if you ingest it, and inhale it or whatever like that, that causes a type of pneumonia. Did you know that?
A pneumonia? If you it's like ingested as in is in
Yeah. So
drink it?
so look, let me Google it. I mean, not Google it. You know what I mean? Uh, does new does baby oil does ingesting baby oil cause pneumonia? Fuck. All right. So I asked, does ingesting baby oil cause pneumonia? It says ingesting baby oil or other mineral oils can indeed increase the risk of a type of pneumonia known as aspiration pneumonia. Baby oil is made from mineral oil, which is not easily broken down by the lungs if it enters the respiratory system. Aspiration pneumonia occurs when foreign substances like oils enter the lungs, potentially leading to inflammation, infection, or damage to lung tissue. If swallowed, baby oil can sometimes travel into the airway instead of the stomach, especially in young children who might accidentally inhale small amounts during or after ingestion. When oil particles enter the lungs, they can interfere with oxygen exchange and trigger inflammation. So, yeah.
That's
So,
understandable how they wrote that thing.
huh?
So that's understandable how the definition is explained.
Yeah. So I say that to okay. You know how Kim Porter died? You know, if you Google what her cause of death is?
Asphyxiation,
Pneumonia.
pneumonia. Oh,
You remember an actress named Brittany Murphy?
um, I'm barely familiar with the name, but nah.
Yeah, she played I didn't watch it, but it was a movie called Clueless.
Oh, the black chick.
Nah, she was white.
Oh, she was what? Oh, never mind.
But yeah,
I remember. Yeah, I remember the show Clueless. Wait, show Clueless or movie
it
Clueless?
was a movie, I believe. But
Was it movie?
anyway,
Clueless? Okay.
her cause of death was the same, pneumonia.
That particular pneumonia that they're talking about?
It didn't specify, but it's still pneumonia, right?
Yeah, because well, then you will say that there's three types. It's oil pneumonia, that bacterial pneumonia, or viral pneumonia.
Right. What did they find in your boy house?
But way too much baby oil, right? Well, you said he was just taking cats out.
I don't know,
Who
but
knows? I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah,
Yeah, that's why they made the jail for babies.
yep.
Is there vapors in baby oil? Like basically, if you took some put in your hand and
I
salted on your
think it's
skin,
more.
like
I think it's
with the
more.
vapors.
I think it's more ingesting it.
Like basically, like man, I mean, like to get it in somebody's nose is obvious, but I guess like little traces of it as you're swallowing it can actually go down the windpipe
Hmm.
and get into the lungs. That's interesting right there. But I mean, I'm pretty sure no one would drink baby oil on purpose, so it had to be mixed into something. So it's almost like a poison, almost
Yep.
being
That's
used as
yeah.
a poison.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah.
Shoot. Why so much of it? Like, what? He was
I
trying to do
don't
with
know.
Jim Jones, unless he was trying to do with Jim Jones. Like
Yeah.
man, you know where they got that term? Don't drink the Kool Aid with Jim Jones.
I remember Jim Jones. Yeah, he had
Yeah,
that.
and how he took out all them folks. Like basically, it was a purple drink that they was drinking. It wasn't Kool Aid. Kool Aid was upset because they kind of took a hit
Oh, they were
the tone,
associating that event with Kool-Aid.
right? The slogan, yeah, the slogan with the purple drink that they mixed the cyanide with.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, don't drink the Kool
Yeah.
Aid.
I've been hearing people say that more lately now in certain chats where I guess they associate it with being a Trump
Right.
supporter. They'll say, "Don't drink you drinking the Kool-Aid."
You drinking the
Cause
Kool, and that's the thing, because like that's why Kool Aid, the makers of Kool Aid got mad. They was like, hey, look, don't associate us with Jim Jones. But that's where that's how that slogan that's where it originated from Jim Jones giving those people purple drink.
mm-hmm. Wake up, beauty.
She said, "Sure, girl." What she felt? Yeah, because what time is this? It's 11:30 out there. Man, Beauty, you
Yeah,
still up? Beauty?
she tapped out.
Yeah.
She just said 5 minutes ago, "I'm up, I'm up, I'm up."
All right, all right.
All right.
Man, I remember one time me and Omni, she was texting and I was talking, and Beauty, she was on here, and it was like she started
Mm-hmm.
throwing on there. I was sitting there like, and it's funny because me and her, we still kept talking for a minute, just letting
Yeah,
Beauty build, and every now and then she'll wake up and like chime in with a word or two.
yeah. Well, shoot,
But yeah,
actually, yeah,
but it's
it
so
is
funny.
11:30. Dang.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like for me, it's only 9:30.
Yeah.
And plus two, I mean, like she did with the kids all day, so I mean, I could see her being a little worn out.
Yeah.
She get the day started early because if I'm like up all night and
Mhm.
like at 5 o'clock in the morning for me, she'll go live and maybe she's like driving or working out or something. So
Yeah.
she's definitely a morning person,
I've seen her have live up that early. But yeah, I'm
right?
gonna probably shut it down too because my wife already done
Oh, okay.
rolled
Oh, so
up.
Black,
Yeah,
she
rolled
on the
up
west.
on her. You said what?
Okay. No, I was saying Black on the West Coast with me because it's 9:30 for her too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
11:30 here.
yeah. Oh, so you in the Midwest like her?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right. Well, I'll get up with y'all tomorrow.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Man, it was good talking with you again, Mr. Malcolm.
Likewise, sir. Yep.
Right?
Yep. Yep. All
And
right. Well,
yeah, Beauty Sleep. We about to get off the phone, Black. But look, next time we talk, man, next time you should chime in. Like
yeah.
whenever you get a moment, because you seem like you with the conversation. You was man, you was on the sideline just talking the whole time.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah,
All right,
man,
y'all.
you can
I'll talk to
chime in.
you.
All right, have a good one.
All right, later.
All right, peace. Bye, everybody.